aye fine upe bi ato enye na nenom enso enya nwono ya Fred Dr. Jackson e was 0244 723541 Jackson and some abejo so betwe say Menkosuna, Menkanchosa, Betway Ross, no, and some other so Jumapa. Now, Jintamaka, Betway Ross, and so and say, Okoso Bet our sports, Okosucha our casino. We bring our points are winning now. What to me convert Emmanuel come out. Now, a convert yes, can we are opa. We be area check how far open so. Obamana what count to Numana or Saukoso, and some idea investor arches when I exclusive and some other my Betway. Anunti anama chesa prepiano ya koso abadaro ade chose koswane twa bet no wo twane nyina na ebuama points no ensom atimi adoso na afi wo points ensom akwanemu demona wo points edoso the more ana o sika sem no ensom abeja brane aye www.betway.com.gh na afi wo register ansani apama nioma ensom aye fine enso ade ama we no 18 years and above and ye come for a Betway and some Adima. Now, Best Brain Publication Limited. One book's no dia makacho say I either see a rating 5-star and I say I'm rating A1 sans obia. What to book no be there be abeda answer sampa books no aye kama pa. One more to be a kosku sawudom say be a chesa kwatana fei and was start a KG1 and 2 no you my early writing our picture reading and coloring fun afei you near fun phonics no your 2 letter words our 3 and 4 letter words and some our and our world our people you know I for KG1 and 2 and a creative art and so no and ababuama chas or banum Bono, Esuyama Newman's I fine, and some Jamano, numeracy and electracy our for KG1 and 2 and Quadano, so a rum our basic 1 to 6, Yawa Dagbani and Fante, Asantichi and Afro French Casano, and basics no 1 to 6 combined on Sabeka, and Afro say, Sakuranum our JHS, and no iron near cancer, basics no 7, and a 9 combined, but Marian Swabama Quadano Swache, a English language computing, integrated science, our and for social studies, and day, and a religious and moral education in and I Best Brain Publication Limited, amongst Adaroma, number 0507 200 Omoya Juma about Prankono Abed La Posada Hotel. A Chuanoma Pana Best Brain Awa. One of some dinner Juma J. Na Electromat Tropo Reward on Bonanza near Electromat Temple for say. Menkosuna menkancha wo say o to adebia de from asoya kai national mama say adebia wo to bia no wo discount na discount no up to 60% when you bia na de bema say wo to air conditioners wo to TV inches bia wo per wo to fridges and also freezers wo beto washing machines and ayo gas cookers afei ayo microwaves no say bia home appliance our just a living room no dobe no, 1 up to 60% discount to be one more free laptop and NHS iron and a blender safe microwave oven and a sample a bunny cleaners a vacuum once maybe and a TV crown woman some to me at a chow www.electromat.com.gh now when you're more and answer WhatsApp line in here 0552777905 na Electromat and so enjoy so menfo na fake kapon so emra real quick na no pay no ye can for Genjamin clinic and some ajambo sansa hono and abeko ama chest teeth whitening sebia oseno abu obese fellow so and sebia wabud pebimo ama osinum apai mienu utiemi anopai wodianam na ye kan say halitosis anum ka ha obeso to ase na wonum ehwam ankasa ebia mo na botokro ɛwɔ se ase ama wo se chinam gam no dabia no yawo ana odidi na kosa side wa say you nifa na say obenkum odomo no jo ho anje kra ba mo de so beko ama gengemed no and some doctors ahena fe wo ma solve your problems na ama na omo de abafumfidi ana ye adwuma no nti sa ro ba na ana sa wo pani na kan so na ba na wo sewonsam oba be hwaka wonya side effect bi anso wo me no ka say no branches adoso pa na omo mo won crying either say we be call atomic down and answer nunkwa main lorry station and afi Kumasi a report junction wodu onoma wo connect area ko branch mo send fa so abronsana bank e was here a stro and a gingermate our oya adwuma and afi techman fo nyina no enso aye magazine kenten kwa no so 055913 9582 Gengemet and so abajo so na smart view mobile and tablet and ye na makacho sa tablet no sa wo GB adiama ba no e wo fie odi sua de na sa wan kasa pani no so behia bi ade akọ nyuma so tablet no aye 1600 Ghana aye full set in box aye brand new a chese obi antia no da na omomo phone no ye wo phone aye fancy A3s Oppo makacho sa obi Champions League man of the match area na UEFA mani pan ayi Sofia ayi Oppo no eno bi anom UC oba ya dema just 600 Ghana per ayi full set in box arches no ayi phone ano shepa e wasape TikTok, eko Instagram, eko chasadi na abeso the phone eya intiminye adebia phone eya bian we no eya camera no so ani dawo ana for storage no and some so your Redmi 5 ewom eno ya 450 Ghana eno some eya brand new ana fe your Redmi 6 eno eya 600 Ghana oni kuma say one person GB and some atonwa ye be delivery ama one per bakumi onu mi ensam so atwa eno so ba bia wo bia no ya the phone no and some my friend number 0247 812358 na chasampan fono enyo so
yerem ewo high sense aso na afie ni nkomo o madaro mo e the product na odo ana ba set TV set na o pana zambia air condition ana o water dispenser yi o pe bi na afio dia serve wo enso adwuma ni nyina no wo mo e de bia ba blenders e bi o rice cookers and kettles ni nyina o be ne bia to high sense ye bo no ya tete so the prices ne tie ne de wa wonim dada na o ton so aye 5-year manufacturer defect warranty and also na dasunti anu asha no so the amayen showrooms no ebi ewo Kumasi adum ya otana so ana afi yesan ebo adwuma ewo tafo dendenden mo wan kan so mo be wian ewo ye kan senkama ye bo adwuma ho la pass ni nyina no sabetimi aka Ghana fana ba bia no wo be sa high sense di dwuma 0302550000 na woni adin komo emulate supplement o madaroma na di wo mini say imulate no enso ane ye kan wasem na sama ye kan nyina ne se eboa mani pedua yi enso agina brane se de be ani pedua no enuama nso betimi akoe na afi bibia nso aye kama se otiem na onante kakra bi no abreya na se wani su ebriwa wadro eye imulate supplement no na onya ebetimi aboa na afi enuama nso aye kama etimi adiama imulate no eye adwuma ne pedua no ma oyo obadia wafa yafunu ana o makra no fo akra ne mfie dumie no kwa ma ne bia enye 0535112813 nafe woni ya adin koma untumi sika fuduo ana mekanfo ade ama aseze de yenya bie ade atum tuba chimi atwa utwa ubedi na code ne de wodi ka tirada sam star 426 star 20 hash nafe watwa ubetimi ade up to 500,000 and the Ghana cities the annual channel so as the amame powered by Mega Cash Lucky Box promotion woma daruma anafe untumi sika budu ye dibi atisama fast ati o mo cash out onso betimi cash out na afenu ama aya kama semen vital ba Mr and capsules againum enie aya adwuma oni peduanum emasisie enso mnagina ye se na emi kase utie me wo ye bema ukọ ene 2 minutes ba koche ni nyina no wunya bia betimi aboye ntini no ana afedompe no emu adwuma na ne din ba ko de agan eno ana ma mema timi power eye ewo mpem na preka no so prekasa no eno so bia ntini no mamojai edi afrusan ye mai eno boamu momensis ni flow kama enti Samens Vital by Mr. Capsules no ene prekasa preka no boy adwuma enya aseme to 0240616061 utobia na wa fe doctor obetro kwa befa so a obenu aduro 3p garlic mixture ana madu o maso na no pay 3p no dwumadi a edie ene se eboa ni pedua no eye na ni pedua na eboa no ene se ubu no ma na wa yekese obese osote sugar level ana se blood level no so high blood pressure ana ha wadwe ubu onzo a na ne nsane ne night tiretiriti ana obi a stroke enso mache no wadro 3p garlic mixture no ana wonya bia ebetimi aboa na afa bia no enso etimi akoka madama ya garlic ne atwe emu nsuo ne mu ahoden ana ya dia enua no ne de minerals ne vitamins na shemuma na upe bia benya bia to bia to adro ewo Ghana fana be bia 0248928824 na foreign penifo adin komo yenkwa na afa koja kadaroma yentwi ase koja chako two face no erom an yedi edi adwuma na dia meka nyina no enso echro ne se utie me na no pe ya koja kenom eye nuama bebro ni padua num chako yi an yede aye enti abane se odi twu osin a wono mo da ho ema wo se no nso eye fita eno boa wo ema nkoda yi a wo mo kosko mo di frem ade wo mo senhye ni nyina no mo mfa bi ntwi wo mo se mo na kojak pro code edini dwuma di edim aye soronko kra na dwom ene se otini ya wo ya epayo na afa hunim etaso nso a wodro eni onya bi abetimi aboa 0244559597 bi to adro ewo Ghana bi abenya bi ato natural company limited proslav capsules enie de ne jonso sem o problem o jonso a na ote ya woni bema mu jonso a eso kokokoko emeye ana afa obu onso jonso a shere yetem ane se enyoma nkoye kra na mu achemienu na me be wontafo ni ade bema e problem enti ubenu wodro no ene proslav e beboa true man no enso e deal with premature ejaculation and afa weak erection ni nyina be call na Congo ointment na hwe wonam na ni no edem ama bema anaso oba wonam ani ehara nsen kra ni nyina nsensa aja aboso wodro no eye Congo ointment 0249017101 na wodi nkomo me dimafo eye Dr. Time da so doctor nie we adem enso de mere to so ede ama doctor de wade awaye no eda sronko kra ni nyina no ene se stroke anacho anase waist pains anase bia awon wasem anaye den obi a me so me kazembia wo yo ba wo ya bema wo asem be mfie dunum nie ana ware so makoso awontimi ma mo be ko na fe doctor itimi aboa mo na nuama ye kama aboa ko agogo school junction ana doctor edi ne dwuma di akran so e wo poku asem ayera 0244774282 na fe ne doc edi nkomo Alaska Star Enterprise Adaroma wo pevers ne di awodo no de aba adwaman so ye ka wo pevers say 3D 5D no on some abeka bi anafe or the PVC floor tiles outdoor and so about artificial grasses or the be about modern TV stands ni nyina no obenya bi nuama edisiesie demo eyefe Alaska na Daroma Kumasi Adum Oben Balls have building Accra Circle Tiptoe Lane or anabe on 0554114878 na afe wadu nkomo na yanko loss in way na afe ne doctor emon komo ene anope na ne nro ne dia doso what the loss in delay man beaters anaba eno no eboa hanse obema obeya adwuma wompam ye so obe delay na obekọ wani mo mpam na afia adwo atum ni nyina no gise delay man beaters eka ho enom etime boa na ni nyina no ene se premature no ana afo wo adwonso a na enya kra bu onso low sperm count ni nyina no eno so eyi edifro delay man capsules no ema no de mutitiri mekamfo de amamo because de ene se ema momenses ne baye ema ne flow oba wutie na no pe na enkwase de ne mi kan ya eba na so atwa maye ni nyina ne se obenya delay man capsules eno ebetimi aboa wei eye nura ewa adwaman so awonsa betimi akabi 0248619999 na fo ni yedin komo ene da so eba clinic doctor elder owusu enye na doctor saben kan tro say dwumadie ne die wono anetimi eye dwumadie no ema wo se obo adwuma ewo chese na kwan so wani eye wo ya obeba na ono de ema ne da soronko ne se yaka so obi ya herbal treatment center so what din ani anasa what day ne pania bi anase kan ye wani operation wonya bi eye herba and what day eye glaucoma and afi cataract eye tani nyina no eno and what day edi ne djuma hypertension is stroke and afi eba no prostate any koko a ni nyina so odi wo djuma 055990123 na oni adi komo tabia yankwe na ya mon komo ene anope eno eye tabia takum eno ebi na afi obetimi edi na afi nuama ya kama ede amana takum na mo atenka ekosro eboa emanuama koye ede ema watenka esro kokra enti oyo ba na oye bema oni atenka obedi takum ni bi oba betafre eno obeboa yipa na onso atimi afili capsules no enso ebeboa amachese ne usisi ya oya wadro eno no eno ebetimi aboa na nyina no unya tabia ba Mr. no so malaria no be free o ede ama 0243686861 or Ruta Life enso ama mojadi afrisan ye woni padua no eno hanse blood circulation eno Ruta Life no bi na make kan wasem no edem ama na Ruta tonic nso de typhoid fever na ebeji ede front Ruta product ne de adwaman so no maybe eton bia benya bia to 0244485632 na fe wadu kom na fe nuaman so ayekama ede ama na bibia so akoye na ebie heba clinic ko mataroma eba ne sem why am I on pem and as a stroke at you be what also problem kidney and so ABA Herbal Clinic can do any better glaucoma benny and I feel cataract and so wajuma menstrual pains and disorders nina as a doctor our draw what them saw stroke patients nina no mon famra ABA Herbal and I doctor any jumadianum and famous prostate bema also for nature no na fenyama enye kama emfa ema na udu kwara so kuma se juna se main market one wa ana ene doctor nso edini juma enya asemeto akrantu be hye nso domain grow ono nso ebo juma Ebenezer preparatory school ehom ana wo ya juma eho nso onsabetimi aka ne numbers no 0541565199 now the ABA clinic company for and so madin come power specialist about hospital mame doctor akoso ya duaya na daroma fatty liver ana ene yaka wasemi ono chazemze eno dia o de fana feature crowd ya doctor ewa dro hepatitis na afi fibroid di eba ne kidney stones a was brain na omo na duaya ba malamis no malaria dro cough ka ba Mr. Obawa eno wa dro ana duaya ba tonic nso no yade se wanuma to ntimi ne dina onya bia ebetimi aboamo nkan no ewa kwabenya ACP road ewa power hospital baso kumase feyase bosumchu road ewa duaya junction ana afi so takrado o recordo ewa anaji extate 0244544422 na afi woni ya mame doctor akosu ya duaya fd enkoma wo Jason ne dia papa pa no replica na no hye no ha ana abenya bia to me say Jesus ne dia Chelsea dia ewa is Arsenal fe say musi tinimu na mu dia Champions League ne dia say mu amodia entimu nshabi na mu fa support ne no ebetimi aboa na afi mu awini 0547047771 ana 0203682641 na fancy wachi replica Jesse collect one pa ya no hye.
Yes, yeba ABC game ne so star 262 hash star 262 hash eno ana obebo ewo phone so na wa select chese prompt beba na afi watwa bi na letters no obe select me nsa no pay HGO eno ana 3 letters chese PC enso by machine letters de by ni and is our 3 letters I was selecting on pay no se ba kokra pie mo ana chese no pay no what to edi wanya sika ntiano enso eno no ABC game 2:30 yabesa draw ya no wa hye nso edi ama me se wo stand 262 hash na wa follow prompt na fi won so why enjoy omadaruma na no pay no I didn't summon a banner Amuzu sponsored we know Amuzu P Herbal Mr. Daruma ya the question of the day and a banner Amuzu P infection a man a drone and a member some a drone oh your banner why infected I won't turn on my own crime no maura and so no be a sense of probability sir I'll be my bemans when you've been very high to me so Amuzu P a drone there nenum enya and a yana so I will just so I know nampa a G infection from our power say ayo kuma bi mo akama na afi nyoma enso I find out Dr. Amuzu say yemisa sir is this finally Arsenal's year to win a major trophy? is this Arsenal's year to win a major trophy? Tiebia finally afi Arsenal for afi say omubetimi ede kuruwa and some diaba na say bia sisi omo soja pa say the Gunners our team say omo form brutal tiafina ni ana kabo
say among for chew Madrid way a football update on Facebook was say only FA Cup and umbetimi age omo form ani mfa ho also buache say Emirates Cup na any omo dia question men who say yeah they will win treble and Barca fan them mo jiri so me win treble and what they about Daryl Amadon say yes they will win trophy now they form pa also me win trophy omo form the Donko Edmond say yes Arsenal go win Premier League but not a Champions League okay and also Davanana appear say we are Arsenal we will take it game after game and no also a day about man for Gilbert say yeah wonum and so win Pedro said yes they need to win trophy this season otherwise Ateta should be sacked and no also Brown Jr. as a fancy is too early. Let's wait till the end of the season and see. Yeah, right. Now, umbetimi HBB. No, Edward Diaba Rick Sachs apu everything.
Oh, na a boy famous I say they will win anything this. They will not win anything this season. Okay, now say Arsenal and Jerry. Now Arsenal will start like this and end shamelessly. I know I catch you kwaku I Kobe a day the message and so a buyer was small boy Papi GHS fancy. It's not our year but trouble. Year this season. Okay, on also the and where Jan Emmanuel say kenkwa and what they apu and so now Peaceman say no they can't. I did this Peaceman from Goso and a Peaceman so again a message and also by well a year or mine Yowlin and so say fancy let's wait more cause last year same and I asked now for and some my general you some was coming way fear mafia that one be on temper who crab and more better kruma intiano and so and no yes, Arsenal is winning the league. And I appear Gabriel and Gabriel appear then a message by his early days here. Tania Kojo Francis and Sunye and our Denediano and so a Jabaya couple young fat bed to a coach Emrana. Ehiapa and Raman for Seska. What is and course near Dema Yetil Fony 45 hours, 11 hours, and 14 hours, and I saw running.
Gusu.
Senedi anti mumia mumpaibu bibia be fine eno ade 45 11 and 14 hours era so running
yamfa na de no so
na de ni nie monye na yankwa enim 13 hours quick BW1 AA8 8A C6 13 hours BW1 AA8 A1 5D 7 hours and a diamond. Last but not the least a BW1 AA8 91 37 yes I know and so I don't know auntie ya be kwa no say makacho say weekend you so me swada
yeah
na me kazo mo mienu na na boom akua sentini ma Gladys emienu e water for community center wa
okay
ade atomani o
easy kra
ha dwena asa wuka na wajana odi bi achichiro na fi wa show hu kran because
easy
one of my father dinachi
wow very close
Mr. Gladys on our boy US from the 90s
wow
so I'm say on no car baby we and I'm say miss one so so tena was a year ni
boom wow
so
really serious pa mon kafra ya ma busu ahede
Wontumi 101.3.
Oh yeah, Indian crepa.
See, Yemre na fe ye kwamo no ne foreign news and a live on Wontumi TV. Our digital na fe satellite ye was so and a PM no live on Facebook and Virgin page aye Wontumi TV live obo Wontumi TV we are LIV in block letters now for all the so and so at the like page as many times oba so share for messages eguase ebra YouTube aye Wontumi TV live also no ye dem chesano pay and some of your DM I show ya show for any atiefo nyina nti eno a enso eno na ye yenkwama no remember MC a mun take over na fe mo mama yentu na yenko foreign enso
Angwa juma no you Yami wohoda Se uji didia Obeya juma Esentrenia no you Yami wohoda Se uji didia Obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamachi shra Yehuwa ila henu Yehuwa ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika Luvika, Uvika Naveshika, Uvika Miyodika, Tode Yashak. In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Na guess it is okay how. Guess no. Guess no. Me say, how many boys in this year? Me say guess it is say. Who to be sponsor? I am number one.
Chairman. Yeah, the latest our foreign Eddie Abana real quick no. Mama me and matches I was Basso I was UEFA. I Champions League and mo sansa me no kasa no. Yes our early kick off some matches in no and Basso ye and na chase aba and what games Basso na fe follow tin no. Yeah the update no more so Eddie Ababa to drama. One said you know some mebesi akọ ho some no. Yeah the more so aba and aeroplane no and some I was show no so na and wo hwe early kick off games and Abako so na chase boboku ye fon se beba omo game no wo ne Karabag Abdam FK and aba and aye 4:45 our Ghana chese no aye local time and no aye game Abako so and what you know wo kwali some years for Kompleski and also chese Turkey and one our near kan say Istanbul no aye Galatasaray ni boboku ye fon se Bodo Glimt omo no and some abeshia chese no aye 2 games on Bekele and Sana about 7 o'clock and some Anadria Yabenya Atalanta and Slavia Praha Ebiomno your Bamunchin Aya Saida one game on body at Yabobokua Yafano Club Brugge and on Ababaso and what Chelsea our brother so one so body at team and Dean and somebody Ayas Arches Ebiomno Yawa Frankfurt and some our fear now Frankfurt Omutimono one some Liverpool and Ababona gamer and also Abacoso Rafino Yafano Francois Letezier on Deminya and some others from France no one kwadi a Liverpool gamer one some Aqua Monaco and some bomb game our home our bra one some animal fans I told them more Spencer and Apple now referring a Italian you found Marco Guida no and German son canning answer one some other kwadi gamer and Abaso and Anna Drafe Mancha Abaso our Santiago Bernabeu remember from Obiati Asana Jusono said Debbie Omotai close a roof our promo close roof no one at Juventus and Esham now Juve Aba no make out say Bobokua you found some Madrid and some animal Makwaba now Amudiama Slavko Venchich I know and some Slovenia Anona Dominion in Sana Drino one of some center referee and some Adiamasa gamer and ɛno nso ɛbɛkɔ so afei wokɔ ɛyɛ neɛ cancer sporting ɔmo fie a na Chelsea sporting CV team no wɔn nso ɛne Marcel ɛbɛbɔ owura no yɛfa no Rade Obrenovic ɔno ɛna dɛmi nya no sɛ ne game a ɛno nso ɛbɛkɔ so ɔbɛkɔ akɔdi ame ɛho sɛdeɛ saa matches no nyinaa no ɛno nso ɛbɛsi akɔ ɛwɔ abrɛne ɛno ɛyɛ kakra firi mu ɛnso ɛbɛnti wabra yɛka ɛne matches ɛne ho nkɔmɔ no nyinaa no yɛnkɔ ɛyɛ baamu kyerɛ sɛ sɛ Brentford no wɔn ne Club Brugge ɛnso ɛdaba na wohwɛ ɛyɛ sɛdeɛ baamu kyerɛsi wɔ form na wode form ɛna edi nkɔmɔ deɛ a na nea bibia no no makyɛ sɛ bobo kɔfa no sam ɛyɛ Brugge wɔn nso ɛbɛtumi ahyɛ ɛyɛ kyɛ sɛ ban team no na dɛminya no na ɔpɛ no sɛ woduru ɛyɛ ban na wɔn nso wɔn di nkɔmɔ sɛ akɔdan na nso wura yɛfa no sɛ Mano Noya ɛnso ɛbɛ stente ɛyɛ ne contract sanse Noya no ɛyɛ obi a no dwumadi a wɔdi Adama club no yɛ adeɛ sɛ ɛnom nso ɛda so so ni na report amenya nso already no wɔn nya present 1 year contract a kyɛ sɛ 1 year contract a wɔn nso present ɛdeɛ ma ɔmo goalkeeper no yɛsɛm ɔmo twɛn sɛ bi ɔno nso ɛde ane anaasɛ dabi ɛbɛma ba mo nkyɛn mu ɔmo tiri yɛ ba sɛ ne wɔn captain ɛbɛtoa so na afei wɔn nso akɔ so ayɛ adwuma nso ɛdeɛ ma team no na fana akora deɛ wɔn nhyɛ da ntena ase sɛ bi ɔmo di nkɔmɔ ɔmo bɛtwɛn na yɛbɔ ɛyɛ bronya awie nso awuram nso winter no mu a na ɔmo ahyɛ ase di nkɔmɔ sɛ de bɛyɛ a wɔn goalkeeper ayɛfa no sɛ Mano Noya no nso bɛtumi asante ne contract ɛdeɛ ma side na ɛno nso ayɛ kakra efiri ayɛ bamu nkyimfa so yɛ nso Bernardo Pay no ɛwɔ show no so na ebiem no mebɛka no na no sɛ akwadana wɔbɔ Adama Chelsea Dortmund abamu chimpana yɛfɔ no Nico Schlotterbeck wokan sɛ meka kyɛw sɛ wɔbi mu ɛsɛ sɛ onya Chelsea ba ɛbɛboa ma Chelsea ɔmakyere ayɛ pampe mesa bɛka sɛ Liverpool fɔ no wɔn mu wɔgyere bi sɛ akwadana ɛyɛ the right replacement ɛnso Adama owura yɛfɔ no sɛ Virgil van Dijk ebiem mesa ne bɛtu twa sɛ bamu chintim no wɔn nso ɛbɛso wɔn fa na yɛse afei ana officially bamu nchimfo wɔn nso sound out akwa player yɛfa no Schlotterbeck na busuafo na sɛ ɛyɛ ne entourage no na de bamu nchine ɛka ne nyina no sɛ wɔn abɛso wɔn ne akwadaa no ɛyɛ adwuma na wɔn bɛsɛ bi wɔn bɛpushi nto wɔn de yɛ so wɔn kwan ne mu na bi akɔba sɛ bi abɔn ne entourage no wɔn kɔbɔ Dortmund amaniya because ansom na no Dortmund ɛyɛ club a wɔn nso bɛnya na nka bi abɔn no why send the contract ade ama team no na so wɔn ka na sɛ bi a wɔsɛm ontie onsɛm bi mu a yɛso wɔn so wɔn mfa ho sɛ de Robert Lewandowski ɛde esi kɔ ya wɔn ma ne bɔ wie ansa na wɔkɔ for free no wɔn ba so wɔn kyɛ so wɔn bɛtumi ma akɔda wɛ nso abɔ for free na afei wɔn nso akɔ a kyɛsɛ no ɛyɛ kakra free mu ɛnso agye Bernardo Pay no ɛwɔ show no so yɛgu so a yɛka bamu nkyimfo asɛm ɛne players a wɔn pɛ ne kyɛsɛ wɔn bɛsɛ wɔn stand answer ne discuss Harry Kane nanu ya na sɛ Harry Kane form no bra bibia no ma kyɛsɛ Kane slow down kyɛsɛ Harry Kane Edward enso ayo bia na modompo no kwa na dabia na ɛkɔ so na no ikra deɛ wɔn no Dortmund edru baabi na wɔbɔ 6 edru baabi na wɔbɔ 8 edru baabi na Kane ɛna bɔ 10 ɛne ade kyɛsɛ onu enso involve play ɛma nneɛma nso akɔ fan ɛdema no na deminya no sɛ sɛdeɛ bamu nkyimfo si standing coach na yɛfa no sɛ Vincent Kompany no yɛsɛm ɔmo tiri pasane sɛ ɔmo gyai ɛma Harry Kane akwa na kyɛsɛm sɛ wɔn ahwɛra deɛ because of by ne first season wɔanya hwee ne second season ɔgye bibi ana kyɛsɛ ne third season ɛnie dɔmo ka no nyinaa no sɛ wɔn abɛsɛ Harry Kane stay nti wɔn so nyame yɛ adoma next year the month of February wɔn bɛ start sɛ wɔn ne Harry Kane ɛbɛkasa na afei wɔn nso ayɛ standard contract no ɛnso ɛde ama Bavarians ɔmo team no na report amenya no sɛ wɔn si nye age masa age deɛ number kɛkɛ na ɔmo sɛ one physique ɛnso ɛwɔ soro ana afei 2 unia technique no ano ɔhyɛ papa ana kyerɛ sɛ unia understanding of the game sɛdeɛ Harry Kane adwene mu si dɔ ɛne said you are not asite aye game na se no wo jai ama ken akwa na to said the ebiaka and some ana oboniti kwan bia so also mo hwe ama retain no and some stay na fe clubs wo mo pesa ai one former team ana Tottenham Hotspur fe ebi mo and some na fusa and ebia Chelsea no ani ade ebaba no nyina no wo mo sem wo mpa sa eno aye kakra free amaso atempa yere update no nyina no and some ade ama fa yintie coach na ye fan Vincent company na company aba club Brugge and amubusa coach I said Wono by 2021 that's 4 years ago yes a club Brugge am supporters a catch there just a company sabi or ya day I just say racially among for being some I abuse no at dinner time I just a hard pa am I just a big crowd car and a tiny car team no one more normal year as of that time now only no mubusan said Mosano Brugge boy and said Uber do fool brutal as a body besham and I company so on will be on time discuss yes Sani because one was some minor Belgium national team what Bob 17 years no that switching na Drew baby na say kobase wa ukromfo na wo mu say do atana sabi we tuntum ana ya day wo bi kura timi kanu akasa ni ti asa aeroplane animu no na chese obi e kan yo pa na ya o se sane ma no nyina no ya na chese on should fan attention ensom anko yentio red fan sa Vincent company our brand wo mu club Brugge again baso.
It's a really difficult answer, really difficult question, because as you mentioned, I was the captain of the national team. I played for the national team for 17 years, and if you go to a place and your staff gets called brown monkey, you know, after so many years of it's not easy, you know, and but I don't know how to position it yet right now. To be honest, I've been thinking about the game, not about this. And I don't want to focus on anything else right now than the game. But yeah, it's just difficult to position still. I think at the time after the game I was speechless, and I think 4 years later I'm still speechless, and that's why I'm sort of moving it on to the game and to the motivation that I have to play the game on the pitch. Against players who have nothing to do with this incident, of course. Yeah, it's a really
yes. I know I am some coach at Fanasa Vincent company and I'll just say your day I am in some amount on pay life for short swafay yen shifty and gear yen cospen or buy a room and some our Santiago Bernabeu and our Bobo Cavanos Real Madrid woman body a tiala Vicia Signora Stadium in here and I say an atmosphere and said Yanima and some Nabasia hour said I have venue and also about Cosomeno Casino woman close a roof on enough woman somebody juve Eddie Asham said or red father say it got to don a model from now medicadia to him say woman mama coach on ultimatum no the game way account and sana nyame arma juve a class match where we are woman so game ever cost weekend way and also iron year father say talent Serie A na just a juve a club woman some about ball Eddie Tiabo Bokua your father say Lazio the Bianco Celeste no and some games I was a coach na your father say it got tuto on Panawa Sama I was a Columbia so many result I come na mama said ya na Madrid for the best ya you can say tifo no wamusem amode ana omwanka so former a player I fan say Lucas Vasquez na flag na wo hwe a chesa akoda ketobia aso kita a Madrid mofla a chesa wo biam our stance ne mo no domo kan nyina nsam na bi atwam wey a throwback sometime no na Lucas Vasquez akoda ketwa kra one no papa and about stadium ever share game and na chesa Madrid mofla and unu ya biam Santiano and omosom daje ne ya kan se bana picture ne ana chesa eno e woni fanso ai na replicate ana sample womu ya biam som adama akoda na ya fan Vasquez intena one kasa ne bana no kase ana bobokua ya fan sa Madrid adeba aye stadium ama chesa game no eno ensom abaso na coach afan say Xabi Alonso ayobi obaye answer Real Madrid die wo de obeka no crowd coach afan Ancelotti no ha na am say omo boshe wɔn budget Champions League ɛne adeɛ bi a na wɔn sɛ Madrid ɛyɛ bi a na wɔn tumi yɛ na wɔn deɛ menya na n'opɛ ni sɛ ɔnsi abɛka bi pɛn ɛmi yɛ aka kyerɛ sɛ coach ɛfa ne sɛ Alonso no wɔasesa nneɛma pii ɛwɔ Madrid ɔbaa yɛ Ancelotti deɛ hɛ wɔbi bɛsi wuhwie kura na wugyina mu a kyɛ sɛ wadane father figure wɔn tea nkwadaa no asɛ yɛ so wɔhwɛ wɔn dii na obi a yɛ drɔpɛ ba Alonso baa yɛ yɛsɛ stories ana no pɛ ɛpɔpɛ ɛne kyɛ sɛ deɛ apia no nyinaa nso kyɛ sɛ ɛm sɛ suban bɔne na players no bi ɛda de no manager fan Alonso sɛ masa new king new law ɛnyɛ wɔn no som ɛna bi abra 8 ɔsɛ maba 810 ɛna 85 ɛna maba 820 dabi ɔntwe mu akora adeɛ ka no sɛ punctuality yɛbɛka w'asɛm ade akyerɛ ebiam wɔn kɔturo no na sɛdeɛ na mu di agorasa agorɔ bi because nipa no wɔnim sɛ meturo no dendenden ma nyɛ turo no kura yɛde amea na me start mea na mebɔ dabi coach no wɔtwam ama sɛ manager no demand sɛ ɔmo do turo no grounds a ɛwɔ sɛ intensity ɛyɛ adwuma ama mpa ɛnam wɔbɛkɔ Madrid ɔmo turo no wotum sɛ ne brɛ so ɔmo turo no paa ana one source ɛnso ade bɛtu dwa sɛ Ancelotti kura time no na wɔn hyɛ na nyɛ involved ɛwɔ training saa ɛyɛ ne ba nom Davide ɛna ebi Antonio Pintus nom ɛna ɛyɛ adwuma no but Uni Alonso deɛ bra wɔn nanu ya na ɔretire o into no bono wɔtum no mu nyinaa gyina no ma cha bɔ na sɛ wɔn ho video bi a Alonso bɔ pass pa it is Alonso says I'm short term first I'm registered there would you bet me akɔ so abo ɔne nkwadaa na ɛkyɛ bɔ a kyɛ sɛ Unia ɛyɛ involved and some our training na sɛ coach gyinam na ɔmra ya wo yɛ de ka so abrɛ sani ɔma no nyinaa no yɛ nneɛma asɛsɛ no ɛno nso akɔ so our Madrid ɛna sɛ deɛ mra bi atwam na Madrid ɛwɔ bi aresa Sergio Ramos ɔmo bi aresa Luka Modric afei wɔbɛnyɛ bi aresa Karim Benzema ana si Ronaldo and you consider wɔn sɛ wɔn yɛ leaders our dressing room no ɛna yɛ so dwuma wɔn fu sɛ ɛnyɛ age na ma obi yɛ leader o kyɛ sɛ Dani Cavaya nom ne deɛ wɔn no wɔn nyɛ leaders o nkyɛ sɛ ɛnom ayɛ adeɛ kakra Real Madrid wɔn team no wɔn so ɛni bi akyɛ sɛ wɔn lakeɛ na wɔn yɛ aware sɛ okɔ club world cup ne mu a wɔn ma Paris Saint-Germain etwa ɔmo 4 ɛno akyi wohwɛ ɛyɛ game against Boboku a yɛmfa no sɛ Atletico ɛwɔ Madrid derby ne mu a wɔmo gye 5-2 na yɛsɛ saa 2 matches no asɛm ɛda so yɛ ɔmo yɛ paa na ɔmo gyere yɛ pa sɛ nɛ asodie ɛdɔ ɔmo sodie de kan ɛyɛ anadwo against Juventus ebiem ɛnyame yɛ adoma weekend di wabro a wɔmo bɔ FC Barcelona ɛno ɛyɛ sɛdeɛ ɛyɛ big games ɛyɛ na me no kasa no Madrid wɔmo wɔ sɛ kwambia so no wɔmo so mɛbɛtumi ate ɛyɛ club no ensom anim amon fan kwadi agrokra na Trent Alexander-Arnold no jomo kan se El Clasico boy no ebenya minute ni bia bo ebia on start but we betumi afri bench abana afei wono som anya bia bo Arnold no yeso dro Madrid a omo describe ne say oyobi oferi ade na obenya time ansan watimi adapt into omo start say womo the pressure eba na we na mo kofa ne ba no oba e kran no ana de na oba ba ni ade ni nyina jomo kan say Arnold ebenya time ansana wano som atimi adapt ntiano ayan komo madie na omakwada ba kwa fa no sa Franco Mastontuono udum sa Argentina ni no oyobi abon wama glimpses of anuoma obetimi aye nemom edru abiasa final delivery yana kwa bibia obetimi atwe aye bibia nemom se bia wo boahye ana sempo bia ne final push eho ana asem no wono ana omobusa coach na ye fa no Xabi Alonso say akora ne bai no wo bia hu de but himfa no fusa I was say bia boy no wo improve on the game no say be a be man final delivery and some aye kama because obi abana ba so but enko wiase no na akwakoje aguntinai de no mo ye de afa akoda no coach no and some kakra yentie some coach ye fa no Xabi Alonso on akoda na ye fa no Franco Mastontuono ono some na de two got fa boy no eho
Franco he just arrived a couple of months ago. He's coming from a different environment in Argentina. He's just 18, so we need to help him. We need to invest in him. I think that at this stage we can be more than happy with his development within the team. So just optimistic, looking forward that he gets better and better, and for sure he's in the right place, and we are thrilled that he's with us. Well, for sure, Franco is...
Just say, Omonia Jessa Kodano, AOB or Dasso Bo, Emma Bobokua, Yafano San Madrid, Dawa Brano Peno, Aya Kakra coach and Aria to Jam, Liverpool team. Now, Manoka, Liverpool, Aya Clubba, Woman some Moko Drew, Aya Frankfurt, and then you may know, one game Abasu, Yanimsa, Liverpool, Luzi, Aya 4 games at twice, Onsa, over Aya pictures, Abana, just saying, Aya late into the night, and I just Liverpool, and some aboard a koi, entertainment, I was Liverpool Ekojuno Womucha Omo press conference ever Sano comedy can schedule no yesi entimi maswa there flight na na so amode kono womo botina man yesa omo technical hitches be our hunti waso omo hwe na technical issues ama chesenra womo som ehwe yansana omo kachom so afere ya wemu mesem yankona flight na makacho se ye kacho se nya botina na ye check ya dia mema na me pentema kobo ball me pentema kwa press conference ko fasem bi ama entim omo Juntem, a two shy manager no one I na kwada on come up press conference no woman yanye na manager no dia two jam ya tesa ran Raffenberg ayobi Olympic no into mu game mo boy against Manchester United no Raffenberg antimi anwie ene was say oye out acha so mu game against aya Frankfurt and some our Germany no anu ye game eba so akwara we antimi mobi unum say eho anomo fa who go akitiki and some different to boy no walk back to one Kasana former club at grounds and you heard me say be akwadana nyumre reporter me nyano say I likely say one more ever starting because our form no untimi bench na na adwunso biem e mane nye unum say ana slot wakoje to mu say wobetimi aye rotation anasa matches na doso enti matches adoso na players and doso dia na ne o say druba bi omma we tena sena we ebo we bona we atena say ani ade sane omma nyina no wonom abaso o twese obeye na build up to the game wa bring him say woman nim komo eno aye ne aka na press conference enya maso no we yan komo coach na ekodi ahead of game against Frankfurt yente no kwan ban ana mo fa so rom ana afei yenim say Liverpool every back of 4 defeat in a row and about a yes match we saying and the Cowboys room I was a big match yenti and a slot.
Like I said before the United game, it should not matter if we win or lose a game of football for the next one. The aim is, if you play for Liverpool, if you wear this shirt, is to win every single game. So if we win 7 in a row, how we started the season, then we want to win the next 3. And we didn't. Now we've lost the next. We've lost the last 4. So now, of course, we want to see Liverpool winning again. But like I said, that is not different than when you lost 4 in a row or when you won 4 in a row. But it is just what is expected of you if you play for Liverpool. It should, but like I said before, the United
manager no so area to Janano Peno yere update and the accounting na de man for say aye Chelsea our Stamford Bridge omo a game omo against Ajax aye mismatch na Enra Chelsea for training session about some coach no and some aye press conference obaye when it tossen adara bioyo omo mionu na Chesenra womo some aye press conference ama club no na wabro game about so din komo mo aye kan bia said dalap mo be bench bia ni adiama no wabaka twam enso akona on aye Champions League because you started this season Champions League no Chelsea ekoba munchen omo kokoluzui omo bai womo Benfica womo wini ana chess womo third game our group phase no enie na when aye different from say bo aye conference ana mubusa coach Afansa Maresca say obo conference league gane wobo Champions League on say difference wom na saying ana chess be so mo ye no ma sebe be a some betimi advance the next stage yenti Chelsea coach Yafana Enzo Maresca
because you play against fantastic club. I think the first game Bayern Munich away we lost. We were not happy with the result, but I think the performance we try to play for 95 minutes face to face against a club that in the last 6-7 years they always reach semi-final, final, quarter-final. So we knew that was difficult game. Benfica, again, we try to prepare the game to try to win the game in the best way. But when you face this kind of club like Bayern Munich, Benfica, Ajax tomorrow, there are always things that you can learn after the game. Yeah, it's nice competition because you play against.
And I can't free manager Francis Enzo Maresca, so the Banano Peno, and some our show us for young and games in the movie mina, young far I update time. Only sir, I Inter Milan, woman Bobo Francis Arsenal, woman young corner so far, on my clubs, woman consider go our Champions League so far, woman no be about 3 matches, Amonkwa, and a ball ento omonet anymore, not just Omoda so Yajuma Dempa. Na enwa wabra koban say Paris Saint-Germain womo so kwa we akwesha 7-2 no enwa PSG for no chance womo da so our pa because enwa womo me obia the red card ema chance 10 against 10 enwa ya chance gamer eno so cross man no pay make sure say Nuno Mendes aje back to back enom aye Champions League man of the match eya awards ni nyina no manager for Sir Luis Enrique say Champions League no omo betimi asaje na o say man yet difficult aye first one say onye bi da yana edin pansa obetimi achibie na onya chibi so wie pena kwani ma da okwani ma bie enti Luis Enrique manager the Paris Saint-Germain and some ajatum said na ye ka say no Paris Saint-Germain team no wo so obetimi age UEFA Champions League no and some biem e wa brande wo so man start season ye but omo de ato omo chi ama se wo hwa wo games omo bo e Champions League no mo wo ma win ni me yensa nyina Jumadina na seze wamo som abekɔ so ya enom aye kakra fi manager na so ya ensom ade aba mami coach na ye fano Antonio Conte eno wakwama PSG no vimfo gunani masna Conte pa dem sa onu de onima ye league je se bia won cross domestic aye carpet na won buy Europe juba bia ya na difficult ensom ade ama coach ye fano Antonio Conte na Conte no woma aye PSG Eindhoven about 6-2 so say and manager senior macra. Now when say no more game no Antonio Conte ebe so wori twitwa say I was omoye brave also no any chess players ni nyina no I was omoye brave ada was say some situation are complex esan so abaka ya na no weekend omo game against Torino ema Torino ehwo mo baako wo mo ye ya mo ntimi anto mo former player Giovanni aye Simeone Diego Simeone bano wona she godi to on kasa na former club one celebrity was mo ye dometimi bi o mo ntimi anteka no enso na am say eno anana aye first signal and trasam anyoma be start ya ampa omasaba be lose enra 6-2 achase ha dwempa na de boso kan nyina no say we know how am so much senior mom na fe wo me senior man so betimi akokama na de aye shocking and say Napoli akofa winger ye fano Noah Lang na mame Noah Lang onye boy no buy onim say on starting game I was Serie A and one starting game and some our Champions League anymore. Boy, no war fupa. Now I say what tuna no just not say not nareka masa because one yes and one can one tum. Now when I use so be on one cast some of a catcher coach no happy grab no one man retire because what's what you're training power but training grass now sha aye juma mo board marwa not just what you juma pa. Now so baby yes here coach him also no buy nyina be si na aye kasai aye baako pe and one coach na edin komo one Antonio Conte akasa once womun kasa biem ebesi na aye kasai na ball o mani mobi I just want to benches league ni mu adeba Champions League ya de adwen Antonio Conte luzi na Newcastle enso twa manager ye fan say Jose Mourinho no was say man to just Newcastle for team now so can na man volume so boa was say obi o mo ball Antonio Gordon mu ginam na have a bounce at the bench na oye team na have a bounce our bencher a luxury at the masa team no not just a comfortable because the original anya dia have a bounce abama ba pana or say have a bounce a luxury no what 3 times not just abaso just Newcastle our quality echa Benfica yentie Jose and sama or no and some 32
was different in the second half with the second goal. And then with the changes that Eddie made, bringing fresh people, Barnes on the bench is luxury. is luxury. To have Barnes on the bench is total luxury. And then they kill us in transition, in speed, in intensity. We couldn't cope with that. I knew that. I knew perfectly that. So I was expecting the team at the first half to be winning, or at least to be with a draw, so we could keep compactness in the second half and keep in control. The moment you are losing 2-0 against them, then they have a complete different engine than we have, and then the result, I think, in the end is fair. In the second half was different.
Just what say manager Fanny Jose say result appeal and our St. James no wabaso just I fair and one because first half na Benfica yes wo Bobby B and okra no wo consider one na mo game na when Newcastle and Abona have a bounce our bencher a luxury as a more no wo two engine everywhere no more the engine fufro abesi car ni mo engine for have a bounce I just say that be our fufro car and no kakra free mo and some eba Arsenal masa they said ya mumonse masa Arsenal team no ya kama was what man on my so jabruta hey na league ni mu krade na chese bobo ana Champions League ni man pay me be catch say ever since our manager ya fan say Mikel Arteta eba say the old Champions League format and as the new Champions League format no one more game our Emirates Stadium and concede goal one more game our Emirates Stadium and Zuda and our coach na ya fan Arteta our group phase and no I said yes it and on said this year ya the month of October November this year 2025 started so Afiana Madrid akwaje treno our Emirates and I let you go so akwaje 4 now some Madrid clubs ni you know Arsenal I'm almost 7-0 hi 8th April 3-0 and the 21st October 4-0 Masa Mikel Arteta ebode aye monstrous aye team says hey what me say no na drum enkunim die no o ma wini o mo Champions League game I know etosoma akomako 100 not just oha enom ana Arsenal wo mo so awini a just say dey update na dem enra wo ma broncha one say Martins will be Mendy e the yellow card and nti accumulation of yellow nyame ya doma wo mo game against aye Slavia Prague enya de sa akoda no ensom ebetumi abo na adeba kwa Kenny say one a branch of Vanessa Gabriel Martinelli no on say season some mu e ka day nanka sa boy no kwa e ka no kwa yanka bia obekọ because among 4 years so mbeto wo kwa Arsenal say yenton Arsenal say yenton ampa wo man ton mo bia onum sa boy no wono na barely chasebo boku a ye friend Arsenal kakran besina ye kasa because Champions League almost 3 matches ebia mu wo shall go e chasa akoda na fan say Martinelli no ensom ayadwuma pa chasa no no e kan bi na ma Arsenal team no wo mo som dim kunum our sam match no na Mikel Arteta and they would draw a team no from goalkeeping at the back chire ekwa midfield ekwa attack baby me pampe na competition dey drew baby a yana aye healthy aye na manager no mbuza say I say competition for places because obia baso obo obia baso start abasa na obia bayere na ho untwa wata unhwie unkodi dabi obia babo pa and was ade Arsenal here enom ana babu amanu matimi akokama ade ama Arsenal ti competition dey pa tie Mikel Arteta
when everybody understands. But this is what we need, and when you look at the top teams in Europe, that's what they have, and we have to manage that in a really cohesive system. When everybody understands that they're going to have different roles throughout a game or in different games, but at the end the outcome is to earn the right to win games and to win games. That's the ultimate goal, and we are seeking for the same thing. But this is what we need, and when you look at the
competition, and come on, and manager Francis Mikel Arteta, and so Edina, young called Barcelona, and no game, no so Barcelona, no Barca for you. Woman, some Latino, Omonamu Pana, family person of their bra. Edina, them said Chelsea for the Swedish Barca for woman beyond Dennis Aqua, and Montoma Chelsea Timna. So said Yamin, say, Yamiadama Air Classic, Quabaco, our Santiago and the Bill, Barca coach, Hansa Flick, on to me to bench, make a nano Mondays. Bonsa fana kwa appeal sense when your first yellow in a space of split second by appeal at the can say appeals committee say omojituma enye enti manager ne be suspended and asempo we be serve one game ban automatically nyame ya duma we bra El Clasico eba so our Madrid efie no enya de say flag ebetimi atena eye bench oba communicate here gisebi a stance ni na afi we so use talk back and adena omonso e de di omojumenti bounce appeal no we man yantum anopai we mo training session aye ban e koso no good news and say Rafinha and join a group training at your say nyame ya ma El Clasico no Rafinha betimi start and as a manager ne pa where the Rafinha ebe free bench and some aba na omuwie eno age on say Lamine Yamal modembo no eno na nhira nya bia oyeso otwepe na wo ma klata no no ma je oyeso otwepe na o ma twa no hia no ma je na coach Efansa Flake say ye want to just nyame ya adoma Sunday mubahu different Lamine Yamal na aprobiano ono a big games and wo bowl no Olympiacos say boy no we are meant for the big games into nyame yarma Sunday mubahu different Lamine Yamal na yebisa coach ne say mo bo El Clasico mo Olympiacos na ediana sa win yi ade baba no say Olympiacos enkunim die no adade kan say abama chese asho mun kran na mo de akọ El Clasico no sense ehia pa yentie ensema coach ye fa no Flake ono and a Barca equal match and enra wabra what do comedy for Clasico no say and what done some atuja
has to give us confidence or build up more confidence also for the match against Real on Sunday. So it's a huge match. I know everyone in the world was looking at that and but we have now time to recover, also to prepare well for this match, and then we have to be ready for that. Then we have also to prepare.
Coach na area to Gianco aya Premier League gemo real quick na fe yamra demense kan nyina no ensom ayesa Real Madrid almost say Liverpool akwada na fan say Alexis McAllister okay say samani mo won bondi kakabat Madrid ayo madwen say wo mo signing midfielder bia say wo mo say awaso mo signing aya midfielder ejebanti Alexis McAllister no ana mo tiri pasa kwan bia so mo de ne bana for now de wo mo hwani nyame yarama sama na chese season no man kwan minimum sakuba se bia January ekwan bie na chese bia Madrid epushia e ma no enyo wanwa na Liverpool as a club so no yeso ma jatum se ampa say Amobaya Raffenberg ebebu akamo because last season anobo 6 MFI but Liverpool team no woman you be say Moises Caicedo said omo ball aye tebeka number 6 no woman here elite defensive midfielder and no ayobi asese Liverpool ehwe say woman som ebetumi ato Manchester United yes say training enkwa no mobile because woman in Europe na metesa Joshua Zexi no Manchester West Ham for so because boy no why frustrated our Man U boy no omo manim say woman fa Joshua Zexi on loan I know and some aye kakra if omaso adeba Chelsea for say you want to just me ya mo so mo ko first experience by we bu ma sabi wanyini na so retiri koto hwinim wo go fani pan ba o meye hu nti aye so no beton kwada we na bia the next 2-3 years experience na wo ka no wo mo tabanya bi o mo se to mo to nyina no wo ma sone so ento mo sone so am be kwakotru ba bi no na Chelsea squad no ma mia pampe ano ya de a wo mo so aba so mo ye na ye ka say no wo mo nya sleeve sponsor na so mo JC ensa ekọ na bati so no wo mo ne aye FPT Corporation and I can now Asia's Pacific's most successful technology solutions provider. One of them Chelsea for no and some call a sleeve partnership. Ama Chesano Peno. You had update La Liga game now. One man koso our US ye Chamuno Shadrach Mame a year Chesa Madrid. Florentino Perez and Juan Laporta. Some because we very Laporta no. Wodim the bank was shut out because Florentina right from Tema. When we are so or Channel, and you're free, and you're Super League in the mono. And why I could match any power cocoa born army. I'm Pawuniama born armor. So now you say Madrid for say. I do almost shine on Monsakana. Nanke man kofu kobo born or what. And come on, my channel is off on the back. I maybe some kobo copa de re. I was Japan. Ness I come to no more sayat today. Woman yan tia pass or man tiasiama sagem no. Amaso I woman almost says so mobos or Madrid for 1 a year. Amateur Sajana Amasona. Sharak man moment of free war. Woman see you. Our stadium Enra. Woman in Man City ever game no. One was a Fernando Roy. You see you your first half and you're born on your point on not the triana no born no one point and when your message and say born and can say moko our US in your chum when you are fu was sorry kasa to talk to say your course and your two last speaker recording your and the son what the near to scabizu and this can and some benya ba some no ya dem ya tabas yes na bu fu pa na bu fu pa ama Marcelino ekochi ayefia ono kwari o say I don't know cause no a lack of respect ye Man City ye lose o some the announcement about first half say via what bus ye nyankobo e wo US na nka o so de nka fa ho be but omo Japan nyina no e kakra free mo ensom e be ye fence na ye makwama bedwa from na afi ye ma meto aso e wo dwumadi fa no sa Wontumi Sports Buffet. This is the show.
So the would come out, papa, come out. Stories are here and there. Why a lot of exciting stories and Mickey ne Messiah around even to be more to a larger extent. But may share my opinion Kakrabi on Mikel Arteta and the sources are okay say 2 Madrid clubs and I show how many goals? 7. Ebiyomu. And it feels like small clubs being or no more dealing in this conversation. But we are talking about Real Madrid and Let's Go Madrid. In the past couple of seasons, I did a question over time or Mikel Arteta career or Arsenal is the fact that when they compare sources other managers in Enya, Mikel Arteta Enya show the same level of sources other managers in Enya, especially the confidence fans and Enya. But me, I've always been arguing from the other side of the conversation. One measure club now Mikel Arteta will lead, you know, and how or more attitude towards managers. Arsenal club what the managerial skills but tactics no crowd no mo shaka krabi but do on no how I managing him even way beyond the field. So in my opinion from the culture of the club Obama Mikel Arteta manage even though you be yearning for success so be calling for success so be react club no lose but you must say na say be a football na koduru obi to but check players na Arsenal sort of any adwuma say here e dey can those players no. Yes, look, it wasn't a single day and sorry ya wonya Gabriel and Saliba partnership. Yeah. And you don't know sorry, I'll say Gabriel bra, Saliba bra, Mummy no, when I'm 5 top notch. We call out best central defenders partnership. Each and everyone and every conversation be an Udu Mummy to become. But I'm saying say a Juma coach B and I how they play together, how they understand themselves, how will be cover the young weakness. The same situation. I check every partnership. I am very successful. It never came by way of fluke. manager no wɔyɛ adwuma. So I'm asking, Mikel Arteta adwuma wɔyɛ no, do we need to wait and see say when you score line be say the tia a coach like Simeone ne Ancelotti asana be bona baso. Or as I say akɔ akyi ne hwɛ the club no here. I don't know wɔyɛ no. Kakra the Arsenal eba. Why people now beginning to understand say, oh, the Arsenal ye di ometime bibi. It has been a steady work of progress. And I'm Mikel Arteta where they kakra. First of all, Arsenal no achieve it. But that's my opinion on Mikel Arteta's situation with Arsenal. Me, I feel so the guy is really working at 43 years. Oh yeah, Juma. Oh yeah, Juma. Baby, I cannot. Aye, ordinary sabe two teams akese na nketu alo say. Oh, Pep Guardiola sorry you know. We team kese o ne nsakura o control. EPL. She how Pep Guardiola brilliant sana o Man City Efra could do the furthest point of the Champions League. Klopp sorry you know, obo nketu no bo akese 1 or 2 be fama beat no. But Mikel Arteta de no. Who say oba oye adwuma o check ya. Ye hwe game no one aspect of the game and set pieces e kwan ya ofa so a
yes.
Set pieces, your friend a supplementary route of goal scoring.
Supplementary route
of goal scoring. No coffee alpha kwana no hana ko be make to be make.
Wontumi.
But then we make get you know why you so predictable says so alpha kwan for so still be coffee. The Mikel supplementary window there how to support a kwan emergency buy be fa so a e be pie or e be refie. So Mikel Arteta window no or the baba be a major point of entry into opposition net. Let's talk about this. On say the lineup on the buy no na catch us say lineup where one of the most valuable lineups are
yes.
It really showed in the game. It showed game no. How often does Arsenal score this chunk of goals? In addition to clean sheet. But only because let's come at the team, not to say lineup. How was it like? I've never seen a Diego Simeone like team one. It is so open. It is so open. Yo, Diego Simeone. O check it in the back five for the I the corner. David Hanko, Obenya, Marcos Llorente, Linoma, Jimenez. Oblak. Now Ahano. He's followed a consistent way of understanding the game on changing it. Na make kasa amorim kwana ya aswode on and Posti Koglu. But Simeone you be. O checking the method and this is a standard 4-4-2. But I don't know 4-4-2 you know on use wingers. 4-4-2 your local coaches back or use ni pa coach kwesi apia. And until the be who dey atwu. Obo rika for no. But Simeone enye ne side dwuma ni bi. Simeone dey obom methods, natural methods are wide. The two candidates of Raul Garcia mo Kokemo Edie no Thomas Partey squad no oti bo for finfi ene wode abasa ene ne banini Guillermo Simeone no abo Pablo Barrios Koke the old G no wa transition dia ba and of course our Nicolas Gonzalez middle four nyina no e central midfielders because on per winger obatwetwe akodru mi elusu bo na ujira ho he say as we jog gas he doesn't love that. Into both central midfielders, not about 2 forwards, Salah and then Julian Alvarez. This has to give him compactiveness in the back of the defense. So I saw yet more compact, I saw yet more stable. But that was the case. Oh, check it Arsenal. It was almost like the traditional 4-3-3. But Lewis Kelly role be our game room.
And no Bobo pa Arsenal akwada Lewis Kelly no. Drew no invite here na you.
One thing very funny about football, they say, Obobo Pana and he wasn't the most rated player on the field.
Yes.
Yes. So that's why football you can rate, you know, because when we have a oh, you're the best player we are Asan, but be behind the best player. No, there are other quality top performers I will give him. Gabriel had 8.7, you know, but Lewis also had a good outing against Atletico Madrid. Yeah, we should give him kakra from the final third. Martinelli, Gyökeres, Bukayo Saka. It looks one for the future. Anna. 2 top wingers and our natural center forward. The composition of the 4-3-3, the final 3, no, 2 wingers and a solitary striker. The Akabia will try say over adjust to the demands of the opposition. But the standard requirement of the 4-3-3, you only wingers, you know, 1 top striker. Yeah, okay. So looking at the average positioning, so data na see here. there was a problem here in the final third for Atletico Madrid. So the distance between the two top strikers, Salah and Julian Alvarez, you see, average positioning means, but we are not you have that distance between the two. Number one, Shababia Yao, Omu defense in the war. They didn't move away from Omu defense, unlike Arsenal. Arsenal didn't move.
Arsenal bay anymore.
Yes, but let's come out and so deep. When I was shadow, me do game with my say, Omu deep no more than no. Not openings, pockets, not to say, oh, game. They had a plan to say deep, yet they got cracked. Looking at this squad, the addition this season, everything with regards to let's come out the squad now. They should be really playing, especially in Europe. I'm not transition here from this back three of Lino, Omar, Jimenez, and then a split quarter. When last year, no, not Obo, almost was around 2024, 2025. All the signings in the Bishima. Then Ronaldo and they all caught EPNum. And then you have Llorente and Raúl game. This very friend of Gallagher, Paul Griezmann, it's also been cracked down. In the final third, when you play way, and what change your body? So he's been looking for purity. How about purifying the squad? No, switching to back four because three and I'm focusing. You're more three back and I'm let's see. No, switch it four back. This should have been very, very good for this season. But this season, a lot of questions. Oh, Diego Simeone team. Going by this selection, and then the Mikel Arteta here, Obu Simeone tactically, Obu no. This guy is very important to the course of Arsenal. What's your picture? No, a picture is a picture is speechless, but a sakasa. Shame for you. What's your panya? Unino.
Nikojova.
What's the Mikel Arteta generally? But your picture na original. I say you fade no kakra. I say.
So more highlighted the set piece coach in the moment.
This guy is the most important, even though Arteta is the coach of Arsenal. And the game now you bono be what the Juma way. And your first specialty no. Specialty they say Arsenal open play no or quiet man force to be see the chibi. So they decided say any say in your corner, in your throwing, in your sani man no be my the final third or bra your mono short sequences in corner. MYA. They targeted 3 different zones. The far and the near post. And of course, the goalkeeper's kingdom, Ketuana. And the Arsenal corner so more mama can say we say. Omboko Ketuanum. Na Ketuana so targeted far or near post. On 3 different targeted areas for Arsenal. And statistically, Mikel Arteta is really building a very tough side, monstrous side. Because of this, check here Arsenal, variety of set pieces. But I catch a place and say a game of intelligence. No coach bet on a soccer team as well to become. When I had discussing it could be just a week's job. But Arsenal were almost about 15 variety of corner kicks. Corner corner.
Yes.
More about 15 different varieties. It's only way do now try to do. All the way do try to do. They keep varying the way they kick their corners.
Because I Atletico for no so more say Arsenal are very dangerous. A banner set pieces are yet almost unconsidered from set pieces.
They'll change it.
Let's say we are there. What the football they be doing the game.
So watch here. This was the first goal. Set no. We had the ball better on it. Now I'm working when you share reverse camera now, you call the close shot now. At this point of the kick, Onyam boy. Also Declan actually Onyam boy, but Gabriel are offside. Who's on them?
Yes.
Gabriel or them?
Yeah.
Or them offside. But I'm fan of her. In fact, because of more board. And you take a micro movement and a deactivate the Simeone actual boys in to do say a moment means Uncle Musa coach they said we know about angle. Everything you have learned, the guys will so change it. But at this point, you know, Nyambo board here, but offside na free. Baba Bia Gabriel no adwuma atata de na ye no eso. 2 goals from set pieces in Gabriel.
Yeah.
Who play very, very. This is Anya Gabriel. Declan Rice is referee no.
Yeah.
Kona no nya ubabo asha ne yeba waki bibia but the all ko bono eseso enya safo. Yaw Kona ne ya discuss ya plan na the all ko bono eh. Those set pieces in the bar Declan JJ. Good technique. You can hit these balls from different ranges. na ka so be a targeter enka oyo military no a your friend hitter and
snipers no
okay snipers why we didn't
so me chiro no what you say because on we on satin say now what tamale no so what ya obeti
na dwuma no ofa focus asana wa hiti Mikel Tata magic la place a road no we know Atletico Madrid SC ha 1-1 plus 3 1-1 means obi abefo obi by beje ni pami ensa o box room it could be 1-1 plus 2 1-1 plus 1 1-1 plus 5 dependent on what the coach says it will be half obi hano keeper no so obi anchi obi but according to Simeone this is a goal scoring point sequence 1 here and then sequence 2 Gabriel one the Jiran in China Gallagher oko Gabriel ko Jano and I should Jokeres also how no so this is Jokeres na me show movement no should be a Jokeres free bar e hona Gabriel beko because Jokeres e bani post hona go no be she it ball na nkasa from Declan e twam ko far post
or Declan should have ball far post
but Gabriel ba ko asa ko yi bani post it will be a ball be twam no hona e be she but e mani twam ansa the confusion and this is what you have here Jokeres in here and then you have Gabriel watch the two players Bako Fetri, na Bako Babishia.
Say the Arsenal team na who
no more hardly. You watch the two. It's more the far post, but they know and then me dunia. Should be a Joker Seba. He's just dropping very, very close, and he knows Gabriel Befana Chiako. So Gabriel Kwako for her, but Joker is Baba Beshe on your post. And this even with Thomas Partey, Nasra Sadian, okay. And when say we lose very important player, how to replace that person, no? Yeah, now you're tough. But Mikel Arteta mass I didn't show it, and from set pieces, you know, and now Dinya, Diego Simeone and the boys, you know. But yeah, this conversation, you know, and should I have me? Obiaji to me say Mikel Arteta set pieces the Odibenya. Let's talk about the other goals. Now I'm Mezamo Bebemwa. Watch Lewis Kelly. I mean Kasembako and Fanfano. Oh, born a share, you know. Celebration day Martinelli J fans were say, but the ball carrying ability of Lewis Kelly, you know. Ball carrying ability, one, he sticks the ball close to his feet. The strength to stay on the ball during the contact. All Cornelius will be it could be very soft, but watch him. He keeps the ball like top notch midfielder for Bono. And this is 55 meter distance between maybe a far ball and your assistant. But this situation, I blame Gallagher. So we're seeing any natural player, but can't go for him. But they allowed the guy all the way 55 meter distance to carry that ball instead of final 10. Lewis Kelly, no, or your left back, but not or inverted.
Not to me.
I'm at the back inside. This is a midfield position and your left back position. It's in the second row, no, and what they assist, you know. Sometimes players, someone in the first row and you put out the second row, left back, look at the supplementary row or play them way no. And the midfield shift and the defensive shift from Simeone no be game or call the boys in a big gap. Look at the defensive shift. And Marcos Llorente has been one player, he never goes off, but on this circumstance it was a bit sad how a call from or switch off entirely the side of Honor and then possible issue. You saw the last two goals. So to have 4 goals at the back of net for Arsenal, no, yeah, against no other team, Simeone.
Dan Simeone is
no. Whoa. Top job for Mikel Arteta.
Mate,
top job.
Yes, Newton Loante, a video analyst and I'll say, no ball Diego, and I saw Mikel Arteta, but so one nom Diego Simeone, and you know, Ketua Kra, Meza, na Bibia okay, dear.
And Yamiadum Yaw now, so
what they are doing.
Yes, a statement results for Arsenal. Kudos. How I know but for Diego Simeone, I think the problems in here are still evident. We're losing the identity as to who he is. This is not to take anything away from Arsenal. Newton are discussing the qualities of Arsenal and whatever they give you. So there is no need for me to go back into that. But I think it's important to also highlight the level of Obiti said Diego Simeone. Any baby I would see any idea a fan of one say in who be yeah, Atletico Madrid Adeba Akwana a momu demusrunku, no matter who was the manager, was the ability to produce top strikers in the world. And on the whole rather more Fakao more line in the whole. at the forefront Diego Simeone edibe wura team no mu man be ye sronko aye the culture of winning and the culture of winning it in terms of defending well. In terms of defending well. Inti ni teams are not tied bobo. You know, say no be a video be a no acquire break war against Harambo. There be identity necessary. How do you compare Diego Godin and Obiti say Santiago Jimenez to Lenormand, Nick Lamont Longley about the physical levels of the game? These are players are on more form in terms of intensity whenever they are defending and the culture of defending well, putting their lives on the line, and you're part of them. And to say one fan Torres, one or more on us, a born no bokra, a could rapid multibility, a could rahuki. And the Atletico Madrid side and Diego Simeone in the early days were very physically dominant. So when we were physically pa ya ombemana bona ko muankasa. Born 9 no more born 9 no more born 9 chain. This is what they used to be. But the day and your my day assassin. Itile no more money boy chira. These are things you are not going to see. Rodrigo Di Paul Monaco came midfield now no more bonny other to run more dear almost be bobino. The physical dominance of this particular Atletico Madrid in the midfield and the intensity and all the man anyone beam. Not because they don't have quality now, but these are different profiles as compared to what they used to have. How do you move from the likes of Koke, one Ada Tura, and Rodrigo Di Paul to Cardoso, different profile. To be to say Alex Baena, different profile. Yow. These are guys. Even a dream maybe cried Geoffrey Kondobia physical levels are not the Atletico Madrid. It doesn't exist anymore. So the only identity that is still with the Atletico Madrid team has to do with the attack. Where Julian Alvarez, Alexander Soloth, and the likes of Antoine Griezmann, Thiago Almada, and Asobodema. That is the quality that is still with them. And I don't know how Diego Simeone will adapt to the new ways any players they could done just to get the results and maybe a criminal teams physically or fit they give you a level of intensity to beat media match, and I think time will only tell. But I also believe that Julian Alvarez in here club will be so busy, he's too good at this level so beat me and I think Barcelona and Real Madrid will come and sniff around. Other teams will come in and come and sniff around. I think even when it gets to a moment in time that Paris Saint-Germain here center forward, Paris Saint-Germain beat my best sniff around for Julian Alvarez. He's a top-notch quality, and I think under Diego Simeone and Atletico Madrid, I'm sure Yen said they said they will see a team no. Madrid also Timmy Papa Timmy Kobe before, and I think that Barcelona will look at that particular signing and see how far it will take them. But that's just my bit about the Atletico Madrid and Arsenal game. But yeah, what a performance by Paris Saint-Germain far away against Bayer for Leverkusen, and consistently Luis Enrique's team getting better. They are grooming themselves into the season. Adeba Akwana Misroma teams no more Club World Cup ne pani ya time or mudi be picky. Because ya what check the distance or the timing between time or board the Club World Cup ni we any preseason or mukunyaye any or more back ababe started the season. Ububisa won say we mun fitness ne be picky time be no my consistent time be no more picky time be. These are the questions I need to say. So I was really expecting the teams now more Club World Cup to be picky. Maybe a December or Konekakra. Normally I could run January, February, no more. That is what I was actually expecting. But Paris Saint-Germain, am I a different view when it comes to this discussion? Anyhow, they've not only become the farmers in the Farmers League, but now they are hunters in the UEFA Champions League. Omochi akesifo na no mo de piano no mo de wo omochi omunwama no mo de piano wo mo omochi wa no mo de sekan na wo mfi, meaning they are becoming consistently good in every phase of their team, even in the absence of quality players. And there's still Nuno Mendes and Akraf Hakimi. Just like a betna hanum de bia ye Bob Barcelona for abaso se come fans no aped ye fit no sa de Bobo Paris Saint-Germain abaso se kwan be no mo fa so mama Nuno Mendes I fit. Because not a player be about 2 games, no pra, 3 games, no pra. But I think the key component for their success story, untimi ntu Nuno Mendes fanim frim untimi ntu Hakimi fanim frim, and these two acquire ata we call now we aba, and consistently they are bringing the best out of wingers bi omuni omobede ebebo Enra Kivicha Kvaratskhelia, Desire Doué, Ousmane Dembele. Even in their absence, Abraham travel Kobo Barcelona. There was Mbaye, there was Mayulu, there's still Gonzalo Ramos, and there's still Bakola. Now, only the squad in depth in the absence of João Neves, they are still getting results for this Paris Saint-Germain team. And Razabani kunya red card. Should the counter attack Omunya and every Desire Doué, maybe on the born to toy. It's a statement win for Paris Saint-Germain. And this year, I'm not saying you're the back-to-back buyout. I actually believe I must set the tone for other European teams to understand. Say, no, we won the UEFA Champions League by Yankoda. We are back here to compete. And I think this is a very good win for Paris Saint-Germain. Barcelona Tenerife Olympiacos by 6-1. There are interesting bits about the Barcelona and Olympiacos game now. Memeti emiji 2 years Kenya red card na ka game we be end 3-1 and 2-1 in favor of Barcelona, because after say Barcelona share 2 goals, Olympiacos stay back on psychologically. No Olympiacos grow into the game. There's a certain aspect of Hansi Flick's game which is becoming a little bit worrying. Say Barcelona the last time omu keep clean sheet was back in September, meaning say omu be more conceded do. So okosia team bi na o concede 2-3. Now one team ashe 4 ni bi, one team ashe 5 ni bi, one team ashe 6 ni bi a na dey associate na yede eba. Especially when you are going into the Clasico. I was wondering, say Barcelona set up ne be say bayaw. Omo kire say no, they can't take the risk with this particular game. A perfect performance for Marc Casado in the middle of the park. Trying to discuss are there money different from them?
So no qualities.
Mean case or the chain, but I did distinctively or the day or the batting. Yaw. Obeka say me no try the dim come say Bobby Nuno Mendes fine. Okay, Femi Lopez and Gonva. I feel what you say. The level of intensity and then the physical dominance. Femi Lopez, the Barcelona team. I don't think any other player in the Barcelona midfield brings that particular thing. Pedri the intelligence, ba Dani Olmo. The quality movement and position in team name, but Femi Lopez brings you goals, brings you intensity, and brings you a physical dominance. Barcelona academy type produce players or more technically good. We catch them say the tech players, but way on your tech in I think physically or a dominant, he always gives you something distinct from a deal with the mouth. For Marcus Rashford, it all has to do with the environment you find yourself in. I think say Marcus Rashford needed Barcelona to uplift himself. No, he had Barcelona to challenge the qualities and good results for him last night. And I think say Barcelona, I would say this is a good win, but you are going into the Clasico. There are huge concerns still with Barcelona, especially with the way Omo conceding, the way Omo open up. And but we'll come and discuss after the Juventus Real Madrid game to see how far the El Clasico can go, especially on a Friday or even on a Saturday. On today's games, and they Napoli assembly minimum so we better against Nkabaye Antonio Conte de ya kan suba acha ya di no nkoma ya waste time kra won kra na ya today's games no wa be screen so quotes ni gu ase and na the long bet ni gu so e koso say wuntwa bi akone ko twa bi 44 or 13 odds ana 10 odds ni nyina gu so kama for today's game ne de no be di hu nkomo ni nyina na che say ni aheda eno ana ya hyehye de gu ase ha de ama wono. So we will say a different thing and bring you a different thing to say they be a recent times near you know. But this time around they can wait terminal you be can go on amamunyina no. Predictions na ye dey gu course ni mu ha you can pick it. Na wa wo dey dey also dey akwa. Now, the big game has to do with Real Madrid versus Juventus, which I actually believe say football wo time be we bread tuaka. Inti me busa me question say e bre na aduru say Juventus ka bi also mo tete. Editia Real Madrid ni na me dream who be I mean said there be I go to the Juma na den the amano. The reason why I make us say Kabi one is over kai Juventus in Real Madrid game be Cristiano Ronaldo last minute penalty be Vasquez
Emma Omudi
red you know so Canada so the whole train Real Madrid one day they will pay it from Real Madrid. Don't be triasa kano sana football here one day you pay it maybe Adana when in so they go and pay it. But I think I'm still yet to be convinced by Xabi Alonso in big games. That me issue about this game against Juventus, I don't know. See, more obi to say Osasuna. Yambo obi to say Mallorca. Yambo these teams, you know. Alonso prove actually beyond reasonable doubt say he can get results convincingly. Against teams beat Atletico Madrid, we've seen how Neymar turn it out.
Say Derby. Okay.
Even
PSG, so be fan say
PSG, be fan say Club World Cup.
Okay.
But yo, share them another Madrid derby between Getafe and Real Madrid. It had to take a red card for Real Madrid to win the game by 1-0. You have to mention Arsenal. So games with intensity and high quality, no. Me person me hunu di Alonso betimi aye. I want to see what he can do, especially when you are going into a Clasico. And then Real Madrid over bench players and answer over a consistent team side akobo Clasico no. Because the be ya na say sisi an obia wo gidi say Barcelona nyina ye. Na ya wakobo Clasico no akolusu against Barcelona team. Obia wo gidi say no. Barcelona team be form ne ball no mo ball nya convincing. Pressure be ba also pa. I don't think Alonso as a player obe underrated the kind of impact a Clasico deba. It ni na will factor into this particular game. And now Barcelona ade omo ye me say ntimi amwane say game ni ye 2 na nkomo ni se betima ko 3-4 na nkomo yi Pedro mafrim. Until record ne ba e na di be 65th minute e ko 70th minute. E wo say wo yes say ne kra na kakra bi na be say dey. Aba. But for Real Madrid against Juventus, you can't afford to risk it, especially when Juventus are falter in recent results in the Champions League. Omuni Borussia Dortmund yehu dia course. In their next game, you saw what happened to the likes of Kenan Yildiz, Jonathan Davids. Most of these guys will be looking forward to prove a point, especially after another disaster loss during the weekend against Como. Pressure they are so there are 2 games to save his job. The game against Real Madrid, the game against Lazio. But yeah, Madrid will always boast. Said there be bay. And then see a say will be a forward or we are in the form no one afa pana. We Ellen Haaland, we Harry Kane. The next person you talk about is Kylian Mbappe Lotin. And yeah, he is giving you goals or deliver at the top level. Omo chiro omo biana ono and the results in the bad ma.
So Juve Koreani e go to them so Alonso Asheno. Our Club World Cup. But how that game turned out? There's you see, you can get results, but you see, Alonso will need to convince about the big games. And Atletico Madrid Adnalane is Mano. What am I say? Share the performance of Real Madrid against the smaller size, never to the performance against the big size.
Total domination.
What did they mention Arsenal? And going into the Clasico, you need a statement win against Juventus. Yeah, no matter what, psychologically, you need a statement win. And playing at home, I think Real Madrid will go with their stronger squad. But yeah, Juventus and Real Madrid this year, definitely goes. I think this is a game both teams to score between Real Madrid and Juventus. But anytime goal score, I call Kylian Mbappe Lotte form no sort and consistently you give you the results. Liverpool will be traveling to enter Frankfurt. Yeah, Frankfurt for now you could see koda and koda. Omaya bibi oho just order than your moon won't baby abi. Because mu team no and almost share. Ochina no mako lusu. Match out to me say where the Frankfurt also mu lusu na ya mako draw. But could this be the turning point for Ancelotti? After say we call 4 consecutive games without a win, not even a draw. We lose 2 games winning. You how we lost against Galatasaray, against Chelsea, against Manchester United. Now this is a different bit of they are going back on beating me about more. I think this is a game I open is safer. Liverpool be share be about 2 goals. Liverpool has always proven some more clean sheet. Chelsea will win this particular game against Ajax. I don't think Ajax will win any say be obey me Enzo Maresca games be say with your charge in the but open is safe. I bet my on Chelsea over 1.5. Then the Bayern Munich Club Brugge game na dicey kakra. Yow, the dominance of Bayern Munich can never be questioned. But Club Brugge yankura boni. Omo yankura boni yankasa. Ombe wunu na aka krebi nkura boni. Oh. Bonesa, but yo, I'm happy for Vincent Kompany, any Bayern Munich, any the project they are doing, yo, to get a contract extension. And now Mike be describe the into signing Nani Bibia. And I think this is a proper statement. City for na go. City supporters na company na 2027 year pa na say akosend 2029. And I think say yaw young managers na o mesi so near expectation ka dressing room or crack bibi be buatia company. But yaw what him maintaining the dressing room, he's bringing the best out of these guys. And the signing is now by Munich. He has looked to also improve every one of them. You started season no Bianca by Munich as a mobile. I think this season Timbako also thrown the pair by Munich. Timbako also thrown the pair by Munich this season. They are flawless in attack, combative in midfield.
But on Brugason.
Yaw, yenti ameka say omani mu wono se on say Sergeant Abina na eboten no form ni woni te Nicolas Jackson and Harry Kane fluid front four Luis Diaz Michael Olise yaw 4 players we Harry Kane drop it back deep na yem shisho because drop it back deep no na sa zones na o tackle in the next and yaw Harry Kane so ka say o tackle Jackson so die be 30 years and 25 years obetima bobo na firi wa hye obetimi abobo na fro straight say banyan na ball na net. But I think Club Brugge be hard drink akra, but they will get their results. But this is a game where corners bebem because Bayern Munich will attack from the first minute. It will be 7.5 corners will be very important for you. Atalanta are careful, be too full. One club akwa minju omundi kra. And one would come out for the 2 for the kosi no. Some would tie akebebo obi so ko twa over 1.5. Kamat ne Pafos. Omionu Okokrombo goalless. But for Atlanta to win it that half, I think they will find a way in this game against Slava Praha. Slava Praha having that only good record against Italian clubs, especially when they travel away. And a showcase in their game against Inter. But Galani Bodo. Yao, Gala, Eddie Bodo, Gala Bodo. Bodo Gala. So 2 teams Bodo for no so stop on Poma is a Club Brugge.
But Istanbul there.
Oma is a Club Brugge, but both teams to score 2 in this game and 1-1. The ball early kick off against Karabakh is stubborn.
Okay.
2 games no mukuta 6 points. Yeah. Oh, underrated and I don't think Global were in a very good form. To that is a game I will ask you to really avoid. But for Sporting CP and Olympic Marseille, yeah, I'll be surprised that game is with my both team to score. And Monaco against Juventus goals matter over 1.5.
Mate, wow, new quick enough. Yembra.
Yeah,
matches no.
Yes, some of the games will be a bit tricky. Eintracht Frankfurt and Liverpool game, no. So, I just thought you're very careful. In this situation, you are losing. I hope even in Europe, no man for Junenko, almost I shot 3 goals. I conceded 3. Very, 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 very unusual of Liverpool. 3 goals in Washington. What has been their main strength in Europe? Can we compare this season's competition to that of last year? Check it. No. Almost 17th on the table. Frankfurt game near away. Too much, they will surprise you. Ekitike knows a lot about the Bundesliga. So Liverpool are more a game, more all out to be a because select a week because what about EPL and chair over the weekend. No, also a very good resource and motivation wise. And this is a team where on only anything to lose. Frankfurt or fee. You think they will defend, and in opening up and the Bema game are very dangerous. Liverpool are on the edge to win this game, but are very tough. If they win, that'll be very normal to them. But somehow we're near constantly reactions and about the mental load you know their brave players, and it wouldn't define them as champions. Last year, GPL in Europe, had it not been PH or Koji and Kauko straight, their form until meeting PH was surreal. One for Bomabaso, the game management, you especially.
Oh yeah, because last season games and anchor of say be a Liverpool big game no. Coach in 1 or 2 tweaks.
He comes back very late in the game and picks out the 3
points. Spark maximum. But this season
it hasn't been the case. Frankfurt, Omobama Liverpool game power. I think on yet the selection year, the game management, I trust him. But so many options in no bench sometimes what he needs right now is a balance. Balance is not any method and yet defense in the final third. 3 players by and the team now very, very formidable. Is he going to go with Salah? Is he going to go with Isaac Ekitike? Who could he get in the final third? Who in the LED line? This is Liverpool. They have to score 2 goals or more and some must take game with me. Yo, now question 1 goal. Now Frankfurt should go home. Should go home. So if Obersa win the game, 2 goals or more. 1 goal now they call Liverpool very, very uncharacteristic of them. So what the 1-0 in the real game now? Yes, I'm game it here. And 1 goal no Frankfurt Beshebi. So I suggest they go all out and win the game. 3-1, 4-1 statement and all the about back domestic affairs. No better come. Chelsea hosting Ajax. And not tricky game. Mono ye busa se mo ba na mo mai. Mo se akakakra ase ba ase nruye.
Ya share ni ma. Ya ne mpese obi abekan asem. Ba mo ye na mo share bufu an de asem. Eno PH kwachi obi so 7-2. So
okuno.
But share is a big different story.
Yes. You have that big game character. Seba na ye kwetete bi an that's not Chelsea. So Ajax no so ni basa ho. And I want some more so. Yeah, it's a tricky game, but I think Chelsea staying at home, everything already game over. Ajax Monaco tournament pair a baby game of the night. And game of the night.
Tottenham.
Monaco or Monaco no.
Tottenham for over 1.4
and game of the night, people game now. Fluency, flow of the game, and you know, game way and your defense and very the amount. And just the attack. Now, Salisu Befesi Mokudus.
Yeah.
For some game we say,
oh, okay.
For some game we
Mate.
But Monaco we not draw in that game.
Oh, okay. Mate, me da se wo. Couple break na real quick. Yan break fi na yan remember her said here. Fi so esiti na yan remember din komon from free. And so Emra still live on Wontumi TV digital satellite. Live on Wontumi TV live and anope so no. Yan break na fi yan remember to so supreme tana say quick na me so na yeni break kra na fi yan na yenti ensa and so enfrefro. Say bibia yo
oh, na me adum fancy bibia boko na me adum inshallah bibia fine na said inshallah maza no be chichiru ya carry fancy eni nkomo na eto so say CAF for nominations, National Team of the Year men no womu edi nominees no aba na the Black Stars of Ghana etimi eremosha amanya womu efa womu a obenya Algeria, Cape Verde, La Côte d'Ivoire, Egypt, and Ghana, Morocco, and Morocco, under 20 by Morocco national team and Senegal, and so by South Africa and to this year, and and we are the national team of the year, no, and I don't say by Intikav for Omo, and so Edia by I don't say at the amount. Nafi, you room Nafi at Waswa, you caught Nafi Dinkomo, now you said the new Messi, Honorable Samuel Okuja Blackwa, Minister for Foreign Affairs, or also Nkomo what the NSA always said in New City honorable and so Abomodin I engage representative from US Embassy and African Canadian High Commission Ninano and it's Omoya arrangement for Ghanaian supporters Omeko Canada na Omako US MZ Mexico for the MZ Omo Kahu inti Omo okay, you know, Friday and almost me too. Okay, so you're meeting the Canadians and then the US, America for no, into Mexico for no, so you know, the arrangements at the Emma Visa and Semino, you say to me, I can't tell no good news at the Emma Ghana, say, the New Amabitimako said a bear, you better share New Amakama, Nabi Bianso, Akoyano, I want some, and no, your room, not yet in coma. Kotoko touch it down, Mohammed, the FIV International Airport, our Morocco. Omo anopano yede buy say oma bedu anase omu tu ere free ene Ghana oma kodu Mohammed the Film International Airport that's Morocco omo Alizia miem na say kotokofo no drip on drip na say nuama enso kosopa ehwa yede wonsem de ema na o show no sintia no wonsem kakra eno na say o hwe say the nuama sika krobia team no enso ane yede omo nkomo ede ba players wo mo travel ya omo ko goalkeepers no what the Abrante Aziz Haruna Dari anafi abrantia Benjamin Chum ono eka be defenders no Lord Amoa Patrick Esiedu abrantia Fenices Zakaria Fuseni ka Francis Akwa eka Ansu Henry anafi Samba O'Neil abrantia Feni Joseph Ablo eka ho anafi Joseph Amoa umu defenders midfielders no obenya set kojo anafi Lord Hilary Adabo and so can be Hubert Joe Erum, branch of friend and Chi Manuel account for saying Walid Neymar. It won't be no players and any Domon Semino at the Bapit. Amido I switch the mana Finus Adams. Womo account anymore no a branch of Donzo more friend and afi more Albert Umu a strikers now Umu Kode Amakrobia Quaquas so when the walk came in the second leg no it will be a shishina Finiaman so I come and tell them and no Nafia said new Messi. Kwadafi yeni komene Douglas Nkrumah ball and como former player Edema Krobia Kumasi Asante Kodoko din komo ni nyina no kotoko preparation omo reso omo game against work no omo kwakwa enu amaye. Hello legend, good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes sir, good afternoon boss Boko there legend. Good morning here. Hello. Okay, when to me and you know so say yene Douglas Nkrumah na ebon komona yene na din koma hwese kotoko ebeyi omu game against work no ebeko saying o hwe first leg batch course so e Ghana ha na second leg no so o hwa say na enuama besi akọ no ehun komo ana ebesi de legend good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning, legend. Okay, I'm say on TNKT. You said you ma ensum ebitima kamanafi. Yedi ehun komanu ya krob ya kumasi asante kotoko enkomo ane yesi abebona afi ni ma kamani nyina no eye wo mo game no ehun sem ane ye de ba mo game against work na afi ya to aso na bibia so etima kamano nsem ane ye de eba ediamo ye beto aso na afi yedi enkomo ne yon se de nyama esi kwa Black Stars of Ghana yen game no nyame adoma ye bebo ne South Korea eno eye November 18th anasa game no enso eba so ntia behwe se ni enuama nso ebe kama na afia di sankomo no enso ehwo no the Black Stars of Ghana World Cup preparation na ana de FM penifo na hwese ombetimi edi dwumadie no na afenuama aye kama enso ehwo ediama the Black Stars of Ghana no nkomo kakra ana de be to aso na afia di nkomo ehwo the Black Stars aso ya na afia hwese na ezedie players no mse de no panomedi tu dwan mo na anaja collapse no mo be se bi o mo sabetimi akana ebi mo modemo ekonka ebi mo so guso mo grant interviews de be na nuama koye dia mo ne ate wo ka Francis Amuzu a player ba ko mame kwa ma no so na me say legend I ready Douglas Nkrumah former player de makotoko and ye no won come. Hello legend, good morning.
Morning.
Yami adomboko mano pedie we are live on Wontumi TV ya frewa na yenjumedie na ye no bon koma kakra fa kotoko preparation na omo areas omo ne work second leg Morocco ebeba so first leg no me wa only opportunity monitor kakra
to me because I know say
na who game ni say
yeah look I hope say card no say ban to count all the feelings go secondly the big go ba the ball by the second you know the show the coach in them may am question you know so me talk about by some one so me then I'm surprised you and yes I need to
okay, as a player, former player, no share game na course na. Wobeka say ball no na work for share and I say ha kotoko enya hard luck e wo game num said okay, o share tactically o mo bo kotoko and say game no na e fair name hard luck ana ma kotoko anse.
Let me be hard luck. Ala it's na you bo on boy. No me pare ente number and same no mutu to akobo wa e bi ko ya kesho mutu ni lo ntesa.
Okay, well now second leg here koso e wo Morocco am say mo have first results here by first leg we be ka say e mu nheda ho asa o ma me hye mo goals wa ha na o hwe second leg here e koso a no fufu ye ko ho a e na match ne very tricky pa o gidi say kotoko betimi atene nuama ho
and that's almost protect first half from Egypt Morocco needs first go any first half first 20-30 minutes go behind
Wontumi
as the first 30 minutes next all man here on mupa
one man the pan one go here because yani Eliali say pata ya bo draw ya ko Africa first 18 minutes na say for ni ya mo dey say okay yeah you to me good on first half the first 20-30 minutes well,
legend from the whole kind say Korokon protect almost first by 30 minutes and I say of the infant first time no kwana dina momo could do on ma yana man of Africans and yeah a down from the area western part of the continent in tia so first 30 minutes yana what then bromo modi and so no Let's say, some first 30 minutes, I will say, Kotokon, and Yeromo said a bear, woman consider go no. Yamu drew North Africa, one of my dinner North Africans, and ya a down so. Hano, ye bin tiama on my one jam bro. Ye, the Anososa.
Oh, I won't be anything. Yes, that's it. I'm more there. I'm starting and no more. I'm starting on Peru. What to me would do my better. Kakana mo tuma nse go 20-30 minutes. Bon say na after my blend here on e so onya eni so omo kasa mo se go mo press mo so kasa go because omo 2 and 3 omo say like 2 and 3 11 7 more go so mo bo say 11 7 na ba chen futi e na mo say pull up no e na mo say go to anti na me nte me kasa na because me no be that.
Okay, later now, who got chances saying what the car can say the first 30 minutes also more protecting a first go crowd a bit me aboa on average you can say Kotoko a bit me a qualify head of work a percentage no be more say
percentage not to 50% sure some bit me qualify but ni nani said you can you say coach now new coach Odin Sanko for no small. We can show say China boy never see ma we didn't come.
Well, Coach Abdul Karim Z terms say na the matches are buy or buy and so winning trophies day ama Krobia Santiago do ko o ne modern more say as a former player Jumedia Odima Kotoko no. Because like I'm not no yeah thank you so no so on say ubit my yoga to ubit my yeah on the more show country you can do it you know me to na bon pa say kotokopeni na mimi na aduna mtumkumie. Okay. Say and somebody the no na wa born tofa de amaye say the pesi enye bia no wa me saka intelligent say won somebody be twa to na afi yenwie na nyame adoma efi na copy say game no be ba so no bibia ni e be sa ba na ye no wadi nkobo.
Gonna say ye bon pa na kotoko nyame adoma onko di kuninda. Na support it in and I'm can support it me. And so almost support the one supporting almost support Sam on papa I was saying it I don't private and
okay, later that's okay, Yane Douglas and Chroma and a ball and common say what did Juma power Ghana Premier League why Juma pa no any the bon coni Kotokon Como and your day Abba Bipianso fine or I don't some everybody ya twas na fi ye din komo e wa fi sem no na fi on se de nuama enso be si akọ ene anope na fi ye din komo a ye Ghana ye league no ma na odu ene Brekum Chelsea player friend say Emmanuel Sapon so is he Emmanuel Sapon party with the club. I say at the tennis say on also RSNA Nami Adoma ye be December January transfer window na obenya team for na for na ni akere no no so akwako di ne dwuma na nuama ye kama ntia no e kakra e free ene brekum enso e de be de wonsam no e the ma na aduana wo mo enso player fan say Emmanuel Mafo za me kache wo na pane say ni go no she na no na Newton akomia mu de hu nkomo say we will page ball ni free the tonet na no she na ni technique na o de gina so ball no say o se keeper na shifty as a striker na player the ban say ya as a baby at the ball no e be to yin take akra Emmanuel Mafo edituja.
When I first got the ball, I saw the goalkeeper was a bit forward. So when I was pushing the ball, I saw him going back. And with my technique and my ability, I had the confidence that I can play the ball and score. So I just played the ball with a good technique, and thanks be to God, it entered the net. When I first got the ball, I saw the
enter the net. Ne say a tornado no boy anaja atena enso kasa don sem de bana hohoefo no omo bas no so abedu bas ne come up. I'm say is a Premier League clubs no omo bas no omo launch na no hye hohoefo no enso enya bas kama you see omo e de beto man mu nyina na say bebi omo bekobi anaja bas ya na omo di bedu omo dwuma na afenuama enso ay kama da Black Queens eguso omo prepare omo ebebo omo game no Thursday omo no Egypt and a Benra and Floodlight and Kaniana see and Black Queens omo a trainee coach came last or nene mabawa no omo di omo dwumadie no e ma na ye fe e pa training ni nyina ne se ye say ye betimi abo in game no na afi yetimi abo na ya hye na ya say 2026 WAFCON qualifiers no Ghana yenso ye betimi di dwumadie ni ye na afi yakoye nim na bibia nso ayekama media officer and the mother Black Queens a team no e Matilda erin sem kakra to dwa ni nyina no e team no preparation a wo mo say omo ye na ahead of the game and also e baso against Egypt beti en sama Matilda e de etudwa e camp e Egypt.
The team is ever ready. Even you saw our performance in the just ended WAFCON. Even though we went on break for a while, most of these girls have been very active with their club side. Those who joined us yesterday, most of them had to play their game over the weekend before joining us, and so I can confidently tell you that the core of the team or the crux of the team we still have from the WAFCON. Just a few that have joined us. I think about two new players that have joined in the likes of Abigail Apia and one other person. So I think with the squad that we have over here, the teamwork has
some kakra or the atujana now he say nominations no CAF nominations no the by man so in your being coach no so in your bina or say ayo manager or camp who say nominations na bana din account the head then sa also no so ensa a bit makabi Matilda e no so tuda
can confidently tell you that judging from the squad that we have, the players that we have available, we can be able to surmount this task and qualify for the next WAFCON. They are all very elated about the nominations because the CAF Awards is the biggest on the continent, and if you have if you are lucky to get your name up there, it really builds up your profile, and it also shows that all the hard work that you are putting in have been recognized on the continental stage. So these girls are very happy. I spoke to the coach himself. He was very, very happy about the nomination and hoping that at the end of the day, when the final nomination and even looking at winning one or two from all the nominations that we've had, because our main team, the team Black Queens itself, have been nominated for its resurgence in the past few years, and also our captain, she's been very
kakra, and so the Bayesor Sononafi, former Sierra Leone FA and president Obedini Juma Asha Johansson Edia to say oh Ghana football na mano yetimi akoye nim ye pa nti obo Ghana mpanifo na FA for na abaso ewo say football ye manity to ball no wajiri say ye develop akoye nim Aisha Johansson Edika Kratuda.
This is what this shows is that the things that we put in place from 2018, they have borne fruition. They've come to fruition. Okay, Ghana in particular, gay and teens and countries like Ghana struggled. Lack of finance, lack of management, all of these things that your country, your team has now, and so many other countries, including even Morocco and Egypt and the big teams.
Let me commend the Ghana Football Association for commitment to women's football. There is a prize that may share say we can push further forward and achieve that particular prize. Prize in your Black Queens in the call from Kodai. By I said the last WAFCON year Moko in performances in Warsaw. Initially, I even thought that was the competition that was supposed to qualify them to the World Cup, but not knowing say AFCON abe bosu to due to seba could be mono due time and there was here day. Yeah, bono. But there's a certain level of aura around the current Black Queens team. And an excitement around Omogeni, especially with games or more in preparation to qualify to the WAFCON. Now they even have a friendly game to play against the Lioness for UK as part of a new modebo abomo. Yaw aya kono. E mabo na ya kono. And I'm loving the way Omo transition young girls now mabobo under 20 and under 17 no into the main Black Queens team. The transition has been superb, and I think the way Omo man more munyemu because yentimi mpedian fa nkosoro ni enyemu man mbebo from Satan. Impressive performances at the AFCON yede koto so third. At least for the bronze medal. Now obi obehia ebia no be miem because on susu yet se first ni bium. See, I awards to be your Black Queens player womb. On the continent, your Black Queens player womb. Yow. It's the expectation in and your mind attaching the Black Queens. They say no your master. When Egypt to Kobo, Egypt in fact is a first Nibi man out there. Now, game no be when he said I be what cool and limit was a mesopedium. Production, BBR right on point. I'm hoping, say, they will be well prepared and they will get good results. Na omudi and munyama bro mino. Na ni ometimi akoye. But this is the first time in a long period of time I believe Ghanaians are interested in whatever the Black Queens will be doing, because results are coming. Football a results bound business. A proper results bound business. And I think for women's football, many maybe I was say club side na yetoto nyoma ye na yenya e clubs no mo munya akunya kobo the Champions League ne be yaw ye compete in the first one ye ngu ehun anim ase me de bia na me kasa ase mo say ade bia ye sha ase wo bibiman mu ha bia no uyi Egypt mu ana colonialism ne nyoma attach omo ho omo de nyoma bi ne invite omo Zaire emre atwam aye ne aba be Congo ye aye kan wasem dia Congo mu a e no ma qualify for a lot of competitions ne yaw na Ghana ye opportunity di kobo sa nyoma ne bi. But we failed to change with time. It's normal actually. For the national team in terms of Emmanuel under 15, under 17, under 20, and even the Black Queens proper now, I'm impressed. But the only thing here say we need to work hard and fight the Ebesenya clubs or Besako represent here. And with the CAF Champions League in terms of Emmanuel there. Hazake's ladies score, we saw it. Yeah, ampem da kwa ladies score and the ma comfort kubo bi and comfort nya Black Queens boy comfort there too kwan outside the country. Yeah, comfort na sebi when yet to demean her. But who comforter now didn't come some ne a year didn't come physical. Maybe a Korani free. And your boa. And your boa. Say your football. So sometimes these are things we need to look at it well. Yeah, and ya send the ball na ye no kroma say no boys ni bebere na no ebi mu anya akonya because fear mu free mu edin ebi mu anya akonya because clubs ni bi omu do omu ko join and yes a club ni e mambofo and almost say players but club no so ni bi na mum e ye woni ye ne nyoma bi a obetimi aye e na be ball e be push one ne obetimi bi obehunu say asumasi an obente wo se mi so nu na me de boa no. Just as we are creating an avenue for a lot of players to be platformed with the Black Queens national team, no, we've seen a lot of players almost brain in Assassin because of Women's Champions League in this results. Doris Boadua, Atebubu no free, Okohebe bi o free ba, any baby abobo de ababedru a enei right after CAF Champions League no ball kakra bia panyan watu kwan de ko Evelyn Bedu baby ofri ba hwe baby abo ne de nadru eno mo ba Black Queens na hwatare kro mo hyede ba omo si airport a pictures etwa mo dim skin color no kra sesa
Steve's room
yaw boss sanu ma bebre to me you might not know who is watching you at a particular time. Most of these things in Newton tia or a coach obeka bi ache ni players say born aye born ufisa heya na abono. But sometimes obi tete baby na ni wo no ma ohwe. For example, now no Emmanuel Mafugo yi. Me veteran na ye kan ho asem o.
Ago no nko accurate me man team.
Yaw.
Because you say answer na be say obehwe sa ago no means one. O technique e was through and a execution.
Yaw.
And how decisive also because goalkeeper in a split second also decided. You can also you caught between two minds. I mean more. Man, I mean, I say me born and shy. But clearly, you see, sir, he went for glory. I know why.
Oh, beautiful catalog of goals. Some I say you two be my hair.
Tinama see you say on the best striker in the league.
Hey, be my hair. It's ya na ye can't say we a footballer now wo krom ase do what you can do best and for an into to nyoma bebre so stop complaining, work hard, training hard. Kakra bia wo to invest in yourself we a word money. So within 1 week
also we videos
yes it is share these clubs will need to start projecting their players on the social media. New some of these things these clubs are doing munim Prince Owusu the video be babonte na mediama for na the posti and chebia na Prince Owusu of Black Stars. When we speak about investing even in production, say one kasa videos kra na club will be twa and abe po bia ma na twa no and obi anya wo yaw the Ghanaian football players we've always been advising them say what they mean say scan amogene a peanut but at least try push your club no you say GFA mandate almost say mo matches bia omuntwa okwa wo part na wo no de say 1 minute kra je na so be post kra na say obe pe boys ni bi wo na fofo mo TikTok. You have friends on TikTok which you talk with them. Yeah, Ghanaian players on good TikTok and Snapchat and ask them get to put it on your Snapchat, put it on your TikTok. Man, you don't know who might be watching. Yeah, unim nipa na obehe na at that particular time to help you. Unim nipa obehe. Invest in yourself and you see say light in the baby amount. Yeah, kodoko akwa koduru Morocco. Okun den. Ne mo ma so okun. Wontumi ka so ku bi ho a wudwane agya e wo so ku face. I believe Zito your experience at that level to see how bit my psychic players in the app. Na me hu with that for Otres ni video bi aba bonte menim say subsequently dia na say dia atwam a yawo ade de nyoma ne flesh so ma so ne na say atmosphere no mu create no. It is not something that is beyond limit. Oh, Nyankura team. So say, Obesha Kotoko one, na Koroko ba we are. Nyankura team. A football. Oh, of course. And Zito good track record when it comes to away games. Yeah, Zito ball the CAF Confederations Cup no. Menya so say Zito lusu and away game bi ana haye mu bi awo. And they na a man demonstrate ye goalless na moko ball Egypt at the buy. Then you do understand so one particular coach so about how away now wonder rating now was bit my shepa. So I think work are being very careful of whatever our moya with Kotoko. But Samuel Mako could do say Wednesday. Definitely on bit my relaxing on be light training. Tomorrow they will be training on the pitch na Ankasa or mobile game na Ankasa also. Or mo si so mo so mo pitch. Or mo do mo na si so mo pitch. To mo be training wo then on Friday yaw or match that part of the game now because Friday. So I would say Friday Homeda. Oh, on the commons kaba. It's literally a has it said yes Sundays no be anya here no. They will be trooping in within their numbers to come and support the team. Yeah, then I will say. I can't credo yaw.
Nkrumah say Wontumi hold the first 30 minutes there any one but omo ball referee bar ben omo some of the pressure to so be goal I want to 7-1
me nkomu biem baby a waka si no Newton akọ first 30 minutes
me penny pan or ground experience first 30 minutes I say first 30 minutes in Kowono me penny pan no hobia why experience bi what na bench bi ko ne media ma kwali amewa one media ma kwali ana one baby anu go stars akọ JS Kabi meja ama no
medical kotokoko Hilal
Sudan dia
ne kasa to aso kotoko siki say a very critical point na kotoko aba bedru no na the man here critical they say club no so untimi nkogu club na nimo ase e Tunisia o ye player adwuma na woju tumu say o baba ye de makuma sasante kotoko na edi ko fikesiem man krowura twa picture tane nchen bochi kama o sanyina o sign na nya brekum Chelsea nko na abebodi ati omo Madrid ba o no sign Madrid ba obebo
they said they wo kwa akon no na ye yi useko
straight yaw udi option wa ha na game no yaw de tie no se plus na fan show mutrimu se all out or nothing game no be dikotoko nya ba be league no because not Douglas say o ma okoto how many chances be no ma okoto percentage
o say den but so mutime hodi
da bi o ma okoto percentage bi won komo no fifi ho bu say answer qualification be ma okoto say o kan 60% bi 60 bi no na me sere officer Sekotoko holdi work 0-0 first 30 minutes the last 30 minutes no work be we Kotoko but the mama Douglas ya adwene ne say Sekotoko CD 1 or 2 in the first 30 minutes na e be west the amount in the last 30 no
consider more
that
is say o show first 30 year no ba show last 30
and so the game ni na
I don't know cause say first 30 in the crown say without for it me and shigwa man Kotoko na rush so no kwa kupego ahye because o ma brebia no mo rings like o mo full backs and 2 and 3
yeah
na ring this na be shim
a tough game yo say baby internet adi we ase kodu ntino I know the guys are enjoying the show ntini sembo ani kwasa oka no
analysis me qualify
you are thinking about football into Bakanesa
okay.
When you say football is everything, football can give you anything. In football, anything is possible. Okay, kasabro for now. Major to Kotoko, let's qualify. Then we are not about reality. No, so I'm mention go no more Ghana and America show. Go no kwa some shabako. Mufa go nimbra. The goal scorer now had a marker. Because the marker say no redeem, but catch them say coach, players no marker that way motia. Because of me very fast. Mr. Kache goes to ask the boys and they say, look, you can't keep the ball for more than 5 seconds. Oba Joako. Nim na mema pressure. O mo be ma sa pressure no field no so nti wa no stay. Ube jam. Now be James baby be lose ball no. Na ho a very sensitive zone. No ye kwhya yi. At that time you committee ni pa be 4. So why do you stay on the ball? Opa check your goals no. E mo be 4 lose ball no vinfin. Check your record. Record you lose ball no vinfin. Ankra okoye tackle no anko clean. Not yellow dada. The goals we lost 4 successive balls. Yani yako show. Yani yade ko. Ni atochu in free no mafano mo di abasina ko show. Sat wa come to wingers, wa come to 2 strikers. Me for da akwa di ball na nim kan. Ulusu ball how drew recover. Yaw. Ali media my first half no. Dressing room. Achiba ho bechia boys no. Na yanyina di nkomo na mo catch boys no say Ali hu first half no. Omo hu yesa. Unlike Wakadi Kabahan, they know Kotoko right now. They know Kotoko. Unless Kotoko will play 1 or 2 beer, no more injury, no more fear the enemy. And I feel my bishop. But right now they know Kotoko. I'm very watching game no over. When your game go now, one for go down. I'm very game no over. Strength to be a Kotoko. And then a dear na surprise element when be obetiano.
Korokwan should go in and say be omoye. 1 or 2 moves.
Yeah.
And make creative.
Obetiani na. Na be bomba body ati abetamo and place na mo ye dangerous okruma no. Odo obo hu de omba ye Kotoko omo yi omo hu ha no. You will see them there. So betu function. They will stop them. omo game no was soro omo game no e was soro start to go no corner no ya hade oh no
any 2 and 3 that so far po
hade what was the mark in city she kotoko far poster onzo oba no camera angle no necessary no
2 and 3 that so far
oh yeah hade she mark no once I go 2 on 1
yeah we need free.
That is the point.
No no share go ni free.
We are counting kotoko depend you keep an anim ho omo ye zone marking meanwhile no there's overload here. Me catch say wherever there is overload there is an underload somewhere. Kotoko overload first pole no e bi omo ye video analysis no they were told or they saw say e kofro corners no omo boba first pole so
okay
it is also omo aye overload ho apart from say be a pole no ojina ho no there are 3 players on your post but there's an underload at the far post. There's overload there at the near post, but there's an underload at the far post. So this is it. My name, but you said you are the my first in a
go no share no bonus how.
Yeah, there's overload at the near post, but there's underload here. This was the moment. Now only moment, you know, the moments are moment more unless you concede. Omo free first half on buy na. Person game on 0-0 call first half. Now we team now we team on unit to say champion mentality. You'll be celebrating the 0-0 in the first half. If it goes starts vision, our vision I don't know. Vision anu ye. Me na make a try yaw. At the dressing room I was there. It was 0-0 because the guys were tired. Some of them were happy 0-0 no. Oh, game ready.
Yeah, they say first
half. Within 20 minutes, Vision took the game. Everybody was sad.
Complacency abem.
I'm telling you for a fact, and may come because boys, you know, every to me. That's the result they had in the first half. No, they are listening to the show. They will say, Marijata, Onimia Walker, dressing room. Said yesterday about woman. I'm buy no because
Kabimunim say you bet 4-5 first half, and they say yes me hold you with that first half now I goalless there.
As me American yes I come on dressing room
so on second half now. Next with that send 1-2 krana or you're okay because one concede more. I'm
telling you, no when you're ready before for the goal. They didn't know without a plan say yeah let's pick it up and sign on money about more so. Douglas can say what's the first 30 minutes?
Yeah.
So first half for no we announce when we it means okay Douglas say we have first 30 minutes now what do we do?
Second half another 30 minutes. See I come first 30 minutes and just no kwa.
That's Douglas and for last 30 minutes so these guys they think about there are 50 minutes in kwa for 6 90 minutes. Every 15 minutes you man will be they push it to the next 15 minutes. Because Wakoma Club World Cup they have been playing the game at the top level for a long time. Now who's Sebone Kramantokwa? Eda. Kabili Ligo say asema kabichiro mo office. Say it's Sebone Kramantokwa. Kramana near dio. Who is the Kramania there? Oh, just a boy. Yo. Me empire me boma kotoko ni.
Mo ko honini.
Ye ko honini. Na dom we no. Ma make sure they are. Ofa kwa stance na kan 7 chira. Ah we no. My own calf bofu ya baba yala no. My dressing room no bulletproof. Soundproof.
It didn't enquire.
Whether we one say P crowd top form dressing room abeti. Na wo pie free tan na no ho. As we are seeing now town.
So who inside the office of Nipa Stadium.
Yaw. Me say P top form dressing room beti. Na wo pia. Ole unya bo na no mo do mo sa show mo ulusu bo na no ma sa start ole edi ni be shey yi
ari di agro
Wontumi
ana mo sa no ma hye stadium ho bom yem no ma ya se nyina pitching so dead in the ball as you shame cry me ban season
yeah period I say obama your observation and son mo be warm up near day your observation I say no academy boys take time academy I say mo hu your body academy for say boys need to Omo media no.
On media na say Go Stars Academy boys.
Oh, small.
Tombenya mo ho abotre. Na za mo nya mo ho abotre o. Konga zo mo hemwa. Wala ha square without kwaje five. Ya wona ma yi WO Tando ka say ye mama mo ana mo kasa. Ye dum be gina mu nsu a.
Yo. Ball was soro. Ball was soro. Your level ball.
Na mo sa academy fo ara.
Ball was soro. Ko to kon yiri omo ho. Na mo ntie anim. Ko was soro. But ye di nyame jomo. We are sure the very best. Yeah. Come for me, come. As I won't go there, we are. As
you ever born common after you to us, so dear Fiona. It is for at was so never be so. I come up na ya to us, so dear Frenty. Samens vital ba me send capsules again and come on aswa ye ba be bono na preke no na eja obi mu na okay e uza for ba bon komanti bi wasum na ye nti Samens fon come on mo de bray again